Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, preferably those above 18, and welcome to another Sunday Night Live with me, Cliff, aka Fox It Outdoors. Like we got our first visitor today, super early, and that'll be Mr. Jason. Good evening, Jason. Also, hello, Molly, because I know you're there. I can't forget the missus, because that would be rude and uncouth. How's everybody doing this weekend? Really, supposedly the middle of the weekend. Hope everyone's doing well. Ooh, interesting. We are getting close to the end of the year. That was not the button I wanted. Let's try that again. Dang it. When you're trying to find something and you hit the wrong button and then everything goes sideways on you. Dang it. Clicked on myself. Here, let's throw that off on the mute so I don't have to listen to it. Good evening, Grace. How's it going? 2 days and then you get 9 days off? Man, must be nice. I wish I could have 9 days off. I'd be bored after about day 3, but I'd be able to get so much work done. I'd have an unlimited amount of that. That's 9 days. That's solid vacation time. Like solid vacation time. I wouldn't have to drive anywhere. I could just sit at my house or sit at home. I might actually spend a day or two cleaning my room because it's a mess. Speaking of which, let me take care of this monstrosity. I need to re-roll that. It is getting loose. Yep. There we go. Pants. You're in a weird spot. Doing weird shit. Okay. Think we're good? Think we're good. Alright, that should look fairly decent. Now let's just look at a brown wall. I know you gotta burn a ton of air. Oh man. My chair's falling apart. My chair's falling apart. Alright. I need to buy a new freaking office chair because this one's I've had this thing for like 8 or 9 years. It's been sitting in here. Sorry about that. Oh man, yeah, they're really making you burn these real fast. Because I remember you were doing them, so you take like 1 or 2 days off and have like a 4 or 5 day weekend work 2-3 days. Man, they're really giving you the hose this time. Shame you couldn't get that scheduled in like April or May. Because then you'd be able to get so much work done in the garden. Dang. So you're going to carry those 40 hours over until next or spring? Get some work done in the garden? Hey, Groundfog, how's it going? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by tonight. Trying to feel like I need to cut my hand off. Things have been sore for like a week. I don't know what I did. Maybe ground fog? Do what? What, Jason? What are you, Jason? Are you on? Are you blitzed already? Haven't even started the live. I haven't even poured my first one, and now you're over here making no sense. No sense at all. Also, just for randomness, have a dragon egg. Dang, I'm at 4,449. Either that's how many lives I've done, or that's how many lives of total in the last week. Good evening, Colin. How's it going? Ah, there you go. It definitely helps when you type context sometimes. Oh. Brain is itchy. Oh, my brain is itchy. I think I'm allergic to winter. Just kidding. Me allergic to winter? Ha ha ha. That'd be like being allergic to peanuts. Peanuts. Peanuts, you say? Peanuts. Colin can eat mounds. Because remember, Almond Joy has nuts. Mounds don't. Although Mounds, honestly, that is a gross-ass candy bar. Even Almond Joy, I don't like them. Don't like coconut. Or at least that version of coconut. Oh, that was weird. But yeah, man, I'm already 6 minutes in and I'm like, bleh. I don't know what to talk about. I guess I can just openly talk about random stuff like I normally do, but at the same time, I don't know what to talk about. I mean, everything over here is doing fine. For those of you who got to see my videos on, I believe, Wednesday and Thursday, I put something out. I think is when I did it. I don't remember. I do a lot of various tasks and forget half the time what I'm doing. But for those of you who did see, I had a whole bunch of little potatoes that were in my room that I harvested before from stuff that I planted. And I had them in one of these little containers. And all of them are sprouting. They've been sprouting over here for like a week and a half, 2 weeks. I've just been sitting here watching them. I figured I'd plant them. So planted 2 different sections in 2 different containers. Yes, they were small containers. I am hoping for the advantage of the root system breaking down the organic matter at the bottom. Because I did, once again, the same way I layer everything in my yard, in my planters. Layer of mulch at the bottom. Good, decent, thick layer of leaves just to keep the dirt from sinking into the mulch. And then I just put dirt on top of it, watered it down a tad bit, threw in some fresh dirt on top, put the seed potatoes on top of that, and then completely buried them in dirt and watered it one more time. Man, I've got 2 pots of that sitting in the greenhouse. I planted thyme once again. I figured it was high time I did it. I had a really good plant going. Had that thing going for 4 or 5 years, and then it just shit the bed, unfortunately, due to lack of care. So, due to lack of care, the plant died, even though I had taken the time and effort to split it, because that plant actually grew big enough to where I could actually clone. Well, I wasn't really cloning it. I just divided it because it had 2 nodes, 2 sections of roots. So I pulled it, had 2 plants. They were doing fantastic. And then, like I said, all of a sudden, they just went sideways. I'd give the specific reasons as to why they went sideways, but it doesn't help me any. Doesn't help me any, and it doesn't bring back my plants. Now, technically, I have ground cover thyme, but we don't use none of that stuff for cooking because it's more like It's really just a ground cover. It is a variety of thyme, but it's ground cover. It spreads. If you give it enough water, it'll spread out everywhere. It could technically be considered invasive. Technically. But again, any plant could be considered invasive if it's not the target plant. Sunflowers could be considered an invasive plant depending on where you're at. Problem is with those is you'll have them. Birds will eat most of it. If you get some of it, you get some of it. Hey, what's up, Blakest? Blake in the garage. I know that's where you're at. By the way, there you go, Blake. I know indoors today because, well, I can't do lives outside. I get crap Wi-Fi out there, and my eye's tweaking on me. Might have to throw eye drop in there just to keep it from bugging me. So give me a second, but yeah, so I mean, with sunflowers is the birds will never eat 100% of the seeds. They always leave one or two here, they'll miss one here, miss one there. Falls out before they get to it. Most of the time, I don't see them picking them up off the ground. They usually just get them right off the head. So next season, you'll have a random sunflower pop up, or two or three. That's how I started mine, to be honest. I never bought a single sunflower seed, but I had sunflower seed in my bird mix for the birds, and that is what took off. I had those things everywhere. Same thing with the corn. Technically, I didn't plant my first corn. The birds did. And then I bought corn because I wanted to plant corn. Oh, I missed entirely. When you miss the eyeball and you're staring right at the damn thing. Straight missed. Got it on the side of my eye. Straight at shit again. There we go. Much better. Throw that up here because something in my eye driving me nuts. I don't know what it is, but it's bugging me. But yeah, so tonight's topic, once we get panel discussion going, will be along the lines of friendlies in the greenhouse, non-friendlies in the greenhouse, and whether or not they benefit or don't benefit plants growing or not growing. So until we get to that point, which will be in about another 15-20 minutes. I don't feel like doing the 1 hour solo and then going, so we'll just do 30 minutes on this one, just so I can get started earlier tonight and have a little bit of time to recover and do stuff. But yeah, so aside from that, I forgot where I was talking about. Completely forgot what I was talking about. Massive brain fart. Absolute massive brain fart. My brain skipped tracks and now I forgot where I was headed. Somebody remind me what I was talking about before I started doing eye drops. Oh, invasive plants. Thank you. Never mind. Got it. Invasive plants. So yeah, anything can be considered an invasive plant if you did not plant it. Strawberries, those things take off quick. Good amount of water, good amount of sun. They'll go quick. They'll overrun a garden. That's why I've gotten most of my strawberries. I don't buy strawberry plants. I just get the clones. Wait till I get 2 clones off of each liter and plant them, and sometimes I'll do 3. They don't really recommend it because it puts too much stress on the mother plant. But depending on the kind of pot that I'm trying to get them in, I'll do 2 to 3. And then once after about 2 weeks in there, or when I feel like if you can grab it and just lightly pull it and it doesn't go anywhere, cut the main stem off the mother plant and go about another 2 weeks after that, and then you can cut the rest of the stems or the branches runners. There you go. The runners in between each node. You can cut those off, and then they'll be fine. They'll just take off after that. And then that technically makes each one of those a new mother plant. So from there, you can get an astronomical amount of strawberries real quick. It does not take long. You can start off with 1 or 2 plants. Next season, you'll have 6, 8 plants. Season after that, I'll have like 36 plants. So, you figure if you're just doing strawberries, a couple of years, you can have hundreds of plants, growing them in the right conditions, right? If you pay attention to them and trim them off the right way. Blueberries and blackberries are the same way, but those ones are more tree-like, bush-like, shrub-like. I don't know really how you do them. They're vine, but not vine. Those ones are, again, it's an odd classification. I don't really know if it's a tree, a bush, a vine. They say bush most of the time, but again, that's depending on how the plant grows. Now my other eye's being weird. Stop. But yeah, I don't know. My blackberries did not do well at all this year. I might have to purchase some new ones or work on trying to clone the ones that I have the same way I did it the first time. We'll see. I think it could just be something wrong with my soil. Might not be compost rich, or might have enough. Might just not have enough compost in it, which is weird because last year I dumped a whole bag of mushroom compost and manure on top of him. Mixed that in with a little bit of soil, and I kind of gave him about a 2-inch layer, top off on each one. Watered it in real good. Figured they would take off, but I think I've got like 2 plants left. So I got to figure out what I got to do. I haven't quite figured out why. First year or two, I got a good couple of hundred of them, and then last year didn't get squat. I think this year I only got like 1 or 2. And they almost felt like they weren't even getting. Like most of them were, I think I had a few that were like walnut or almond size around that. Year before, I was getting those things look like, they were like an inch and a half long on some of them, depending on which ones you grabbed. And they were super thick. But, yeah, I don't know. They just kind of petered off on me. Might have to do something else with the trellis system over there then, if that's the case. Because I know full well I can run. The framework is only like 5 feet wide, so about 5 feet high. I could probably run beans up that like nobody's business. Could probably do squash. I might try as a test acorn squash in that spot. I think the acorn squash might do good over there. Because I've had it do good in the direct sunlight on the main garden. A few times I've got, I think like 15 pounds of acorn squash off of like 6 acorn squash. So I think I did pretty good on that one. And then some of them were big. I had some good sized acorn squash. Problem is, I think I saved the seeds for it, but truth be told, I don't remember if I did, and if I did, I don't remember where I put them, and even if I do find them, I have no idea if they're the acorn squash seeds, because a lot of those seeds look exactly the same. Even cucumbers. The seed looks exactly the same as all the rest of them. It's just a smaller version of it. Because I have some seeds somewhere, and I have a whole bunch of seeds out there in a tray in my greenhouse, and I don't know what they're from. So I got mystery seeds for next season to plant, and I'll figure out what they are afterwards. I'll be able to figure out once it's roughly 6 inches tall. I'll be able to figure out what plant it is. Sometimes you can tell just by the true leaf. Once you get the first set of true leaves, you can usually tell what a plant is. But Some plants you can't tell until they're good 6-8 inches tall. For a few. Most of them you can pretty much, the minute you see a leaf, you're like, ooh, I know what plant that is. Sunflowers is an easy one. It comes up on a big stem and it has two big old fat round leaves. And that's all that pops up is two big old fat round leaves. Carrots, those are easy. Those pop up and it's two stringy leaves. They look like rabbit ears. Spinach usually pops up in like a grouping of 4. You get 2 little ones and then 2 longer ones. Tomatoes, the minute you see a tomato leaf, you know it. These things always pop up and they're always fuzzy. There's a few other leaves that pop up of fuzzy, but not with a distinct shape and pattern of a tomato leaf. Throat's all dry. Swallowing bits of ice is not fun, especially when they're sharp and pointy. But, I mean, aside from that, I don't really know what to go. I mean, greenhouse currently, I'm about 50 planters in that thing, surprisingly, and they're all on the floor. I have nothing raised off of the ground. Everything is on the floor in a giant U shape. I have like 1.5 feet in some areas to walk and like 2 foot in some spaces. Other than that, that thing is almost crammed completely full. Hey, Cecilia, good to see you. How's it going tonight? How's the weather? We'll get to that also as well later. To answer your question, no, I have not, or well, not yet. I ate at work, but that was a couple hours ago. I have enough stuff to make some cheese sandwiches. No, not a grilled cheese, just cheese sandwiches. Mayo, mustard, and cheese, because I'm weird and I've been eating that stuff since high school. I got enough to do that. I've also got a few bits of snacks here. Not much. What's left of my peanuts, which is not very much. Bag of Cheetos, bag of hot fries, half a bag of barbecue chips. Yeah, and that's it. Other than that, I don't have much. Oh, I also have this guy. I picked this one up at work at the store yesterday when I got my refill for my beverages. This just happened to be there. It was like $20, and I got a bonus. So this is my bonus, which this thing is wicked huge. So for those of you who understand this, more power to you. But yeah, this is my winter hat. I probably won't wear it much because I really don't wear hats a lot. I don't really need beanies. I'm usually never cold, but once again, there's the whole hat. For those who know, you know, and if you don't know, well, I'm not explaining it. I am going to, however, get rid of this damn thing. It's sewn on here with like 2 little bits. I'm tossing it. I don't wear knit hats. I don't like the texture of knit fabric, unfortunately. Never liked it even as a kid. Yeah, I hate this thing is going to come off. I just got to go through and just clip off the spot where it's sewn in and go from there. Should be fairly easy. It doesn't look like it's on there very well. Just take yeah, it's barely sewn on here in like 2 spots. And it looks like it was, oh, you know what? I could probably untie this. Let me check this. Let me see this real quick. Sorry for the sudden bright light. Oh, yeah, I could probably untie this. And just it looks like it was hand sewn on there and then freaking tied on there, like hand tied. No, everybody says I will, but I don't like knitted clothes. If I'm going to wear something, I don't want air getting through there. That's why I have a merino wool beanie, head cap, toque, whatever the heck, toboggan, whatever you want to call it. Everywhere's different. It's toque, toboggan, beanie. Toboggan to me sounds weird because that's usually what you sled down a hill on in the snow, but to each different region and their different qualifications for naming stuff. Can't blame everybody. Everybody's got different words for. Why does my camera seem like it's off? There we go. Oh, that's much better. It seemed off on really bad off on me. Yeah, but you don't put a watch in it. So even that one makes no sense to me because watch cap seems like you would have a watch in it. Yeah, I don't own anything in my entire. Every bit of clothing I have is not knitted. Nothing I have is knitted. Woven by a machine, yes. Knitted, no. But yeah, I haven't worn knitted clothes since I was like 9. I think was the last time I wore anything knitted. Trying to remember. Yeah, I think it was about 9 was the last time I wore something knitted. I just don't do knit fit. Camera, why are you blurry? Yeah, but then calling under that classification or category, you could have worn a full-on Kevlar helmet, and that would have been considered a watch cap. Which still wouldn't make any sense to me because that's a helmet. Camera, why? I turn around and you decide to go blurry on me. Yeah, the chair's all squeaky. I really need to get a new chair. Why, camera? Are you being weird? Focus. What are you focused on anyway? Oh, you're focused super close. Why? Yeah, it still doesn't make any sense to me. So I have no faith in the military. Nothing makes sense in that area. Nothing. It does not make any sense. Because, I mean, a standard, if I wore that on watch, that would be considered a watch cap. And that, to me, that's just, I bought that just because it was orange, bright orange, and fuzzy. I can't wear the damn thing because it's too big for my head, so I have to wear it over something. So that's what, like, negative 12? It's an approved color if you want to get sniped. Oh, it just said it was cold. See, nothing is improved. If it's not Marpat camouflage or like other, or like coyote tan or olive drab, it's not an approved color. Come on, camera, will you just freaking stop being stupid? Oh, you're pissing me off now. Yeah, thank you. I got tired of me looking blurry. It was bugging me. Why, camera, are you being weird? See, I wish I could expand. Just click sideways on this thing and expand my screen so I could see more. I will graciously pass that offer. Hey, Tuck, how's it going? Good to see you. Hope all is well. Doing well on my side. A little chilly outside, but not too bad. I think it's around 50-ish right now. Yeah, looking like 55, so I was close, considering I was out there earlier. Got home and forgot I was had to go to the store and get some Red Bull, so I only had like a little bit of my stuff for my drink. Damn you, computer! I swear I started this early. Man, I'm like a minute behind now. Really annoying. Supposed to get down to. Ooh, shit. What? No way. I got a low of 38 today. Sunday's a low of 36. Monday's 34. And then it goes back into 40s all of next week. What is my 10-day forecast? Now I'm confused. Who are you making that one for? Or are you just making it because you have bits and old odds and ends? Gee, I knew that I was going to wait 2 minutes. Oh, there's no such thing as a McValue. Nothing is a value at McDonald's. Yeah, no doubt UV index is low. It's dark outside. No mosquitoes in the wintertime. Also black flies, depending on where you're at in the country. Sorry, continent. I will say continent, not country. And good evening, Jenny, Ian, and Smackus Attackus. Oh, nope, I'm colorblind. I can't read that. There's an elephant. Why? Damn it. God, stupid football ads. I really wish that football season would just remove itself from existence. Now I got a couple days where it's in the 40s and then it drops back down to like the mid 30s. Yeah, and then next month it goes back down to freezing. Yeah, well, at least I get a few warm nights. Can probably ease up off the heater. Is that Fort Lauderdale, California? Or is that Florida? That's got to be California. Fort Lauderdale. Move that over there before I melt my computer. Oh, yeah. I didn't know Fort Lauderdale was in Florida. I was about to say, I knew Zone 11 is way down south. Because Zone 1's like Canada. Yeah, no, I've been over there like once in my lifetime. Don't have any plans on going back to Florida, to be honest. Unless I happen to be doing a collaboration with like 2 or 3 people. That might be the only reason why I go back to Florida. Ooh, and you were doing good there, Cecilia. I didn't even know you stopped smoking. Eyes, I feel like I need to wash my face. I might have to stop. Oh, you know what? Shit, forgot. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. And then Colin. Just kidding. Short window of opportunity you will have. So I'm going to wait for this thing to go because I wasn't paying attention. So I'm going to wait a few seconds, and then you got a 30-second window to open and get it. If not, you were stuck in the basement for a bit. Yeah, I need a few things myself this week. How it hasn't been too stressful. I haven't been super irritated by anybody. Ooh, that actually took a second. That took 5 seconds after I hit enter to post. Had a wheel of death over here for some reason. But there's that. We have that one in there. Hopefully it keeps on subject tonight. Doesn't derail my garden talk. Good evening, Colin.
How you doing?
Doing all right yourself?
Not too bad.
Where is Jason?
I have no idea.
Wonder if he is eating dinner.
I don't know.
Well,
You sold my window boxes I acquired.
I saw them briefly. I missed the full showcase on Tuesday. I ended up getting on here late because I was in the middle of doing something that needed to be done.
So since it's technically garden related, can I show you?
Yes, I can. All right. Well, there it is. Jesus, I thought I thought I was gonna have to.
Okay, it's three different main boxes, as you can see. Each one is different color, as you also can see. You got a pink, orange, and green. And as you can see, they have little hooks that go over the top of them, so you can hang them from anything, I guess. Or you can just take them off and just put them down anywhere you want. They're base 10, I guess. This whole thing cost me $2. So we're going to have to wait till spring to do anything major in these, because no place to actually get them out in the sun enough to where to grow anything. But I'm just was debating on I got some little package of herbs that I could put in there. Got everything but basil, unfortunately. Someone used the basil out of it. But it comes with this little own soil and things like that, which I'm planning on putting in these little pots, so I can actually, at least have some more herbs in the kitchen. I'm not sure I'm going to be using the bigger ones, but they have the hooks the same as the pots.
I would use the big ones for the herbs. Just break it into 3 sections and then plant like onions, chives, and like basil.
I don't have onions. Let me go get it.
Not like yellow onions, like bunching onions, just for like breakfast and stuff. Ooh, that's going to be a tough one there, Cece.
Now, we got this a while back, and we're going to be using this because it comes with a little. This is the one I was talking about. It comes with this. Comes with all this.
Okay. Yeah, container grown kit.
Only thing it doesn't have. Someone took the basil. It's got everything but basil.
Yeah, but it's got you paid what, $2 for that too?
No, I think so.
Wait.
What? Tony's not here right now.
Evening, Mrs. Rob. How's it going?
How's it going?
And it's got these little pods deal.
Soil pellets.
Yep. So I'm gonna use those in here because that's what they're good for. And I'm not sure about these though. Can I put those inside those?
Those are technically your starter pots for if you have like a grow light, you can stick those in there, but you also have to have a base tray under there because they will drip everywhere.
Right.
That's essentially just a cone-shaped egg carton.
Yeah,
those are some good-sized bricks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and the little seeds are, like I said, I checked them the other day after I got these pots and stuff, and I went through them, and what I got left, give me a second here.
Those will fit in a standard 4-inch pot too, by the way.
Yep.
You say I'm stuck. There you go. I got some time. I got time on my hands, Cliff.
Yeah, no, that's what I did. I had some time yesterday or on Thursday and do that.
Some cilantro.
Yeah, that one needs a cold start. That one's annoying to grow.
Parsley.
Well, I've got tons of that growing right now. Sage. Oh, they gave you the weird herbs.
Well, it is what it is. It's not something I've ever heard of. It's just a kit. So, like I said, it's supposed to have basil, sage, cilantro, parsley, and thyme, but the basil is missing, along with one of these and one of the little starter pots. But for the price, I'm not going to knock it.
Yeah, that's probably because they probably wanted to grow that one. It's easier just to do that.
So I'm just going to put one of these like this, or I could put one of these in there.
See how loose those are in there.
Yeah, they're like at the middle. So I figured I could use a combination with both of these and do it this way. And do it that way.
Yeah. Just to start those off, you're going to need warm water.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, at least I know. I'll know.
See, how does it all fit in there with the tray?
It
Or
does
with
not
the
have
seed pot?
any instructions whatsoever. It doesn't, which is really weird. It probably did at one time, but they're gone. I have to. I'm gonna try to find some more of those little starter pot deal. These little pucks, whatever you call these.
You can usually get a pack of them. Let's see, where'd mine go? I think they're right here. Yeah. I've got these ones. These are the.
I can't
Yeah, I know.
see.
I just realized. Yeah. Sorry, knocker. There's these ones.
Right.
These ones are like kind of like a coconut core style, but you can also, if you have them in your area. Shit, I'm not even gonna go over there. I've got 3 crows sitting on top of it. I don't like moving my crows because that's my murder, and they keep me balanced. But you can also get the bricks. That's like a compressed starter block brick. They're
That'll go
usually
with
like
those
2 or 3 bucks.
That'll go well in those big ones, right?
Huh? No, it's just a
That would
solid.
go well in one of these, is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
But where do you
But
find those?
what I do is I mix mine. So I'll take like I'll do like the seed starter mix, and then I'll take like a loose base topsoil, or even mix it with like a sifted compost, which makes a really nice fluffy soil.
Right.
And that's usually what I've done. That's what I've done personally to start stuff off with. Works exceptionally well, in my opinion.
Well, like I said, I've got to find another. Since I got 6 pots, I need to find one more set of seeds to balance it out, so to speak. So I'm going to figure out what I need to put up. Figure out what the last one's going to be. Plus whatever I can put in the big pots.
Mikey, who are you asking? Also, welcome to the chat.
It depends on which country you think you were talking to, Mike.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Who is he talking to?
Because we got 3 different countries represented here. As well as a state of confusion.
Did not like that. There we go.
These are like hockey pucks, Cliff.
Better. Yeah, they're like I said.
These are really dense.
You're going to need a pot to soak those in when it does not have a drip hole at the bottom. And you're going to need probably a good solid 2, maybe 3 cups of water.
Okay, I got to see what I can find because we don't have regular pots like that without holes.
Just use a freaking bowl from your house.
Oh, we got to do that. I've got some metal ones that'll work fine. Old ceramic covered camping ones that are not using anything.
But yeah, I mean, you can use any sort of Tupperware bowl you have. If you have like a mixing bowl, that'll work. Just make sure you rinse it out when you're done. But yeah, you'll need that. Like I said, you can do hot water, but warm water is recommended. Hot water will kind of sterilize any sort of nutrients that they may or may not have in the starter mix.
85 degrees.
Well, the thing is, I got to figure out where I'm going to put them once I do that because until it gets warm out, there's no place to really put them other than one place that we already have tomatoes.
Yeah, that's why right now I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Yeah, I'm going to wait until it gets a little warmer before I do anything else because it's just my tomatoes are huge. By the way, they're like freaking from the top of the pot. They're like that tall.
And you have support on there, right? So they don't flop over?
Yeah. It's just weird that they're growing so well, and it's freaking December. So I'm just letting it keep on going until it stops growing.
Sometimes plants just like to surprise you.
Apparently so. So I'm just going to try to put these out of the way so I don't mess with them, but that's me. That's what I wanted. My find I found on Tuesday at the bin store. I thought it was a really cool find and everything else. For $2, I saw all it said it was garden kit
Excuse me.
on the box, written on hand in a pen. So hey, I'll take it for $2. I think it's I got my money's worth.
Yeah, not too bad. Got some extra planters, and now you can start learning how to grow seasonings, which the herbs, honestly, the herbs are probably some of the easiest plants to start with. I know a lot of people will say that they're not,
Don't
but
overwatch it.
they are the easiest and the fastest to start off with.
Yeah, it also came with some of these little plant stake things, but there's no names on this other than plant and then some numbers. So it is what it is. I was actually hoping for basil. I like basil, but nuts. Parsley is good for you because it's good for the nerves.
I've got tons of basil seeds. I've got Genovese basil I can send if I have to.
Well, I have my seed vault, which you already know, but I don't have the space for something to go like that. And we have to wait till spring before we have one garden bed right now.
All right, Awesome Sauce Drops. Thanks for stopping in and listening. Appreciate it.
Yep.
So I have to wait till spring before we can
Yeah.
actually do anything with the bigger.
If you
seed
really, really like basil, stick it out in one of the planters up front.
We only got one planter out front. We got some small garden beds right next to flower beds right next to the house, but we got one raised bed, which I already showed you. And
Yeah,
I plan on
stick
putting
in
a
that
second
one.
one on this side. And that way it'll look balanced,
Yeah, I'd stick that stick those basil plant or basil seeds in one area. I would just do sprinkle 3 or 4 of them in one spot, and then just whatever grows. And then once it gets to a certain height, just cut it down to one. Trust me, you will get a massive plant.
Well, we have a backyard, but it's probably about 8 to 10 feet wide, but probably about 30 feet long. But it's between a house and a fence, so there's not much space there.
Yeah, Mikey, it's nighttime here. It is about 7:20 p.m.
It's 8:18 here.
So yeah, Tuck is saying that basil. I've had a hard time with cilantro myself personally because I always planted it the wrong time. But yeah, basil, chives are really easy to grow from seed. In my experience, oregano is really easy to propagate from full healthy plants. Yeah, from full healthy plant, you can clone it. Getting it to start from seed sometimes is a pain in the butt.
Well, I plan on adding more tomatoes. So I like my tomato plants.
Hey, Hike with Mike. Good to see you, brother.
Hey, Mike.
How you doing?
I already said that.
Well, we got more than one Mike.
Well, you got to sound off, Jason.
Not Mickey. You got Mike.
I'm keeping up, but not keeping up.
Is it Mikey
No,
or Mickey?
Rob, if you really want, if you
Mickey,
hate your
there's
neighbor,
Mike.
seed their lawn with mint.
Strawberries. Strawberries will do the same thing.
Nah, mint. If it's in your grass, the only way to get rid of it is to cut out the top 8 inches of soil and throw it away.
Have you seen what strawberries do?
Yeah, but strawberries only take up the first 2 inches of dirt.
But they spread like wildfire.
It depends on the variety of strawberry.
That's what I'm talking about. With the ones that I see here in Iowa, they propagate everywhere. If you don't have them contained, they will run rampant.
Yeah, we have the wild ones here. They're really, really tiny.
Yeah, so you have
they're still
those are
delicious.
the everbearing.
The tiny wild ones that they have here, they're delicious.
See, that might be the reason why I have an issue with the cilantro that drops is because once it hits May, it's already into 80-degree weather.
Yep. I won't eat the wild strawberries here. The squirrels don't touch them.
If the squirrels won't touch them, I'm not eating them either.
Yeah. There is one that looks like a strawberry that's not good for us.
The mock strawberry.
Mm-hmm.
I heard about that.
Deer loves herbs. Yeah, no, I've never had an issue with growing basil outside and having the bugs eat it. Most of the bugs around here won't touch it. I've had 3 foot, 4 foot wide plants that are 3-4 foot high. Only thing that I ever saw
Hey,
in those
Cliff,
things was bees.
weird gardening question. If Rob really hates his neighbor, what if he plants catnip?
I would say that's almost just as brutally quick growing as mint.
There are in the mint family, technically.
I would just hit somebody's entire yard with an entire salt shaker full of mint seeds, and good luck getting rid of that.
No,
Well, the thing is, the catnip would invite cats from everywhere. So you get a double whammy.
no. If I didn't like somebody, I put either nutsedge in there or was it
Dandelions.
No. Was it the Boa Anya?
I don't know that one.
Yeah, it's a green colored, light green colored grass.
What is it? It's just the grass?
It's a grass, and once it's in there, it's hard to get rid of it.
How about lemongrass?
Ooh, nope. I think I know which one I would hit my neighbors with if I really hated my neighbors.
What's that?
It's a little tiny green plant, but it gets really big. Leaves on it are teardrop shaped. You can technically eat it. It is an edible plant, but it spreads so damn fast.
Like clover?
No. It's purslane.
Yes,
What's it called?
purslane.
I'm not familiar with that one.
It is an edible plant. It is a flat plant. The plant doesn't grow more than like 3/4 of an inch high, but it spreads out like
Big
a
time.
freaking carpet. And one seed pod, one flower has like 100 seeds in it.
Okay. How's that spelled?
Right there, Purslane.
And thing drops his.
You can use it. What it is, it's a filler.
Yeah, it is edible, but
Yeah.
again, if you really hate your neighbors, spread that in their yard. They will never get rid of it.
What was it spelling again?
Purslain. Or, yeah, there you go. Well, no, it's a nice looking plant. It's great for ground cover, but the problem is the minute it goes to seed,
Loves water.
you will never get rid of it. I have it everywhere in my yard, and a lot of the times I don't want it where it grows. And I always get it too late after it's already produced the flowers and the seeds. I ripped up one time. I don't know, this thing was probably about 1.5 feet wide from the center. So almost 3 feet. It was a humongous plant. I ripped it up, and it looked like 100 caterpillars dropped eggs all over my patio.
Yeah, what they usually do is you can put it into like a stir fry. It's just a filler. There's hardly any flavor with it.
Okay. Okay, I've seen this stuff before. I didn't know what it was called. Jenny might have known. I had a D in there because I got my hearing aids in. And I still didn't hear what you guys were saying until I saw it written down.
So I'll just do this, make it easier. So this is what it looks like from the dead center. Let's see if I can make that any bigger on this screen. Which one was it? That one?
Yeah, the picture doesn't do it justice. I know it looks like a puncture vine, but it's not.
I'm going to wait till this one loads and pick this one up. And the limbs on this thing, they snap wicked easy.
Yeah.
So there's that. So here's what we're looking at.
Yeah, it's more towards the succulent side of plants.
Yes.
What do you use it for? You said it's edible, but what can you use it
it's
for?
It's a filler.
What do you mean?
Salad mix stuff. It's like dandelion leaves.
It's not like parsley or something like that.
Yeah, so if you're doing a stir fry and you have a whole bunch of people, you can push that stir fry a little bit further by adding that.
Yeah, and each one, like I said, each one of these little yellow flowers contains hundreds of seeds.
Now, does it have any vitamin C or anything like that?
I don't know. I'd have to look more into it.
Okay, it says it's nutrient rich. You get vitamin A, C, and E, and glutathione, whatever that is. And you also get calcium, iron, and magnesium.
So
So it
Jason,
supports
I don't
heart
know if
health,
you,
bone health, huh?
I said, Jason, I don't know if you noticed in here, but it's this thing is grown on top of one of those annoying ass grasses.
Yeah, the sandbur.
Yeah, I hate these things.
The sandbur.
Samber stuck.
It's like you grab the leaves and they like slice you. But I mean, look at it. Look at the one that's buried over here. That's a huge one. Another one over here. It just flat. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This stuff that looks like two plants just because of the way you look like you got two of them stuck right next to each other. But yeah, those things send out stalks, and I've seen them like 2 foot wide, and they do not grow high. That plant, like at most, will grow about 3/4 of an inch high.
Oh, wow.
It is a flat plant.
Well, I just looked up there's 10 health benefits of that freaking plant. It's good for helping people who have diabetes.
So is exercise.
Well, it helps lower insulin, body weight, and cholesterol.
There's a lot of things that do that. There's another one that's looks like clover, but it's not. It's
The burr clover.
no, I've got it over here. It's lemongrass.
Oh, lemongrass. Yeah, that's different than burr clover.
Yeah,
it's
well,
over.
the leaves look like clover leaves because they're like little weird heart-shaped things, and they're usually in like clusters of like 3 or 4. But yeah, that's technically edible as well. More used for like flavoring, but I've eaten like a whole leaf stalk of that stuff, and it does not taste like lemongrass. In my opinion, it just tastes like a damn weed.
Yeah, you're not a rabbit, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, personally, like pulling that stuff out of the ground is a pain in the butt. So essentially, the order way to get it out is you actually have to dig down below the top of the root base. And you have to kind of like pinch it below the dirt, and then you can pull it out. And sometimes even that doesn't work.
Or even one of those little hand weeders that's got the little fork on there. You stick it down in there, give it a little bit of a.
Or the one that
Burn
pops
in
the,
the pie.
pops the roots.
Right
Yeah,
out.
I get it. Okay, you says you can. It's a spinach substitute if you saute it or steam it.
Yeah,
And
it's basically just like a filler one. It's an edible filler, but
well, it says you also can make an herbal tea, a topical poultice. It can be
oh look,
pickled.
CR's here. It's time to talk more about food.
Well, we are, but sort of.
Technically we are. Technically we are not. But anyways,
If you use it in salads, so like a filler, like he said.
I'm gonna grab the stuff for the usual festivities. Whoever's partaking, you can partake.
Sierra.
If not, no worries.
What you doing,
You
Sarah?
seem to saw that you're here.
Are you walking in the dark again?
Anyways, so yeah, there's that. So things that'll really hate your neighbors if you really just decide you don't want to deal with them is fill their yard full of purslane seeds, catnip seeds, and mint seeds because they're all super tiny seeds and they will never get rid of any of that.
Or even was it puncture vine?
I gotta look up puncture vine. I don't think I know that.
That's the goat heads.
Oh God, yes, no. Oh, those are
It's actually
terrible.
called puncture vine.
Yeah, no, yeah, that stuff. Those goat heads. With yeah, that's a huge seed though. That's the thing.
Oh yeah, but it puts a lot of seeds out.
The plant, yes, and here's the funny thing: each one of those goat heads is like 3 different goat heads stuck together,
Mm-hmm.
which is the absolute worst in my opinion.
And they grow fast.
Yes, they do, and they do not. You can spit on the damn seed, and that thing will be like a foot wide in a week.
Thank you. And it grows.
Ooh, microgreens, nice. Yeah, no, those. Again, I live in the desert, so those things are prevalent down here like nobody's business.
Yeah, because the bad thing with the burr clover, those seeds can stay in the soil for up to 30 years.
Oh Jesus.
He said negative 13 is where he's at, right?
Yeah, it's like 2 degrees. Minus 2 degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit?
No, keep going.
It's
No,
30.
he's at negative 13F. Sorry, I
That's what I
read
said.
that wrong.
Negative
I
13.
thought he said he was at negative 13C.
No. I'm at 30. You're at 52.
Yeah, well, so yours a tad bit chilly over there. Oh, damn, everybody left. Well, sucks for you guys because you don't get to watch me drink.
Like I said, I'm nice and warm here. I think it's what, let me look. Last time I checked, it was like 68.
Yeah, I was at like 55 earlier. Which still isn't too bad for this time of night, but it's going to drop down to... Well, 68 ain't too bad.
Nope.
I know I've got a spot to stick that. That makes it super easy. Minus 24C.
You want him to take another drink.
Haven't even taken the first one.
That's what I mean. Plan ahead.
Yeah, well, no. I had to run to the store because I forgot to get this on the way home from work, and then I had to do some business. I had to drop off the kids at the pool, so I had a rather short window to run to the store. And when I got there, I'm like, all the lines were all super long. I was like, ooh, this is going to suck.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, dealing with that.
You got 2-1 so far, Cliff.
Wasn't 100%.
Who knows?
Ein.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What is meine Frage geblieben?
Your German's a lot better than mine.
Yeah, and I was only there for 3 months. I really need to learn German like 100%. I can have a few bits of conversation, but that's about it.
No, my thing is I can read it. I can't have trouble hearing it. Because there are inflections. If you say a word wrong, it's a whole different word.
Like I said, my dad's German and my aunt is German. Well,
I was stationed
my
in
aunt
Germany
and
for years. I didn't learn my uncle's my godfather's German. Well, he is now. He was from Iowa. But I
have my aunt in the U.S. and my dad, they're German. And then I got my aunt and my uncle in Germany, along with my cousins. But I don't ever talk to them.
I haven't talked to my cousins in years since I was stationed over there.
Cheers for those of you who have one.
Became
no, I'm good. I got my coffee.
I got my coffee.
If you have one, you have one. If not, no worries.
I got this.
He's got his Pilsner.
Yeah, it's my version of it.
All right, so while we're at it, we are going to continue a conversation we had on Wednesday.
Which is?
Me and Jason were talking about at the end of the live stream the benefits of certain bugs in your garden, on your garden, around your garden, or inside. Sometimes in your house, they're annoying, but sometimes they're beneficial. And then beneficial pests or beneficial
insects.
Yeah, insects inside your greenhouses. So one of the major ones was we were talking about the ladybug life cycle.
Mm-hmm.
I know one that we actually promote here in our area, our garden when we get it going. Monarch butterflies.
Those are, I have the plant for them, and I've not seen. 3 years we've been growing them, and we have not seen a single freaking monarch butterfly.
We have a bunch of milkweed that's growing in our big bush out front.
I'm gonna go refill my coffee.
And they were all over that when we first moved in.
Yeah, I've got milkweed. That's the funny thing, but nothing is like we don't have the milkweed. Like they're not showing up for the specified item. So essentially, what I'm getting is I have the plants for it, but all I'm getting on there are aphids and bees.
Oh, we got bees too, but I mean,
isn't bad.
Huh?
I said it's not bad having the freaking bees, but the problem is the bees that are on there are like 3.5 inches long.
Oh, you're talking about the bumblebees?
No. You ever seen a 3.5 inch long bumblebee?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that wasn't a bumblebee because those things aren't usually more than about an inch.
I don't know. It could be a wasp that was looked like shaped.
Murder bees. Tarantula hawk.
Those are actually beneficial.
It's a wasp. Yeah, they're beneficial to an extent, but they're not super beneficial.
There's a one there's another one that kills wasps. It just basically that's all it does is hunt other wasps.
Oh God, that's the Asian wasp.
And that's all they do is they kill wasps, which is great, but you're rare to find them. But beneficial wise, we have butterflies that come through in season. Now, do we have any chrysalis in our thing out there? Possibly, but because that bush is so overgrown, I can't look and see.
Yeah, Grace, I wish I was a little bit more fluent in German because that's technically my second nature. I'm European and Spanish, but I don't do Spanish or just like whatever. But yeah, I kind of want to learn a little bit more. But yeah, essentially the phrase that I said earlier, the English translation is absolutely terrible.
What's the? I didn't hear you say.
I said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, wo ist meine Frau geblieben? The English translation is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Where did I leave my wife?
I understood.
And
part
yes,
of it. I
I
was wondering you were
that.
counting, then it just went off to the side.
I know that's the translation because my grandmother, God rest her soul, was German and English at the same time, so she was fluent in both. And that was the translation she gave me.
When I was over in Germany, you would have loved this. They used to show Sesame Street. Anybody who grew up watching Sesame Street, you can learn a little Spanish while watching that, right?
Yeah, a little bit here and there.
Yeah, but they translated, instead of using English in Spanish, they did German in Spanish. If you learned the Spanish part, you learned what they were saying in German.
Yeah,
I know it sounds stupid, but I learned most of my German that I knew from watching freaking German Sesame Strasse, as they called it.
I can actually play Go Fish in German.
My apologies for getting off topic. But yeah.
That's because I saw Grace's comment and I wanted to bring that up. But yeah, so
okay,
we have this one here.
But I don't know if, like I said, I don't know if I have any chrysalis of monarchs on my milkweed bush.
Oh, you won't see those until spring.
I don't. Like I said, I don't know if there is what I'm saying. But
don't know how well this is showing up on my side or on the. I can always check. So okay, that's actually popped up pretty damn good.
What? Okay, what are they?
So these are ladybugs.
I've never seen anything like that.
These are that's an odd ladybug. That's a weird odd pattern. But so normally you get the spots. This one might technically be a false ladybug.
Like the Asian ones?
I don't know. I'm not reading it. I don't feel like the time to sit here and read the entire life cycle.
Ladybird bug.
So the benefits of having these, and we did. Grace was part of this conversation on Wednesday as well. She was the one that brought up the clusters or how they went. So basically, you get like these little yellow dots, which are like little mini, essentially rice grains. And they plant these up under the bottom of the leaves of the plant.
Oh, I've seen those, like aphids.
You see these, do not squish them. They are beneficial.
Oh.
So you get stage 1 instar is this little tiny guy, which looks like a really weird spider with a long butt.
Yeah, those bottom ones
2,
3, then 4.
Yeah, so each stage is going to get a little different. Now, the patterns on these vary between species of ladybugs.
Yeah.
This is just this particular version here has this striped pattern with the dots, which looks really odd. The ones I have, they usually have like 2 red stripes going down the backside.
Oh, I've never seen it. They don't have them here.
So, and it gives you roughly the start of it. So from eggs, you roughly get about 4 days. I guess that's a really short germination time. But you get this one, about 2 weeks, you get this little guy. Month in, you get this little dude. 2 months in, roughly, you get the bigger version, which you will see these guys everywhere. They move quick. And then it goes to the pupa stage, which is this one here, which basically looks like a soft shell backpack. And then I'm assuming around 60, maybe to 70 days, you get the adult version. So from start to finish, I would guess 80 days. But it also depends on
How well
how
they're
fast
eating.
you go through these stages on how much aphids or how much of an infestation of aphids you have on your plants. If you have a high infestation, these time frames are going to be cut in half because you're getting just way too many nutrients.
Um, I just looked it up on. We do have the Asian beetles, which that are pretty much mimic ladybugs.
They're going to be more yellowish than red.
They actually have patterns on them. One's an M or a W.
Yeah, similar to
Before.
like these guys here.
Yeah. So they said things like peppermint and citrus and vinegar may deter them.
Ha! I've seen these damn things on my peppermint plants.
Well, they said may. They didn't say would. There's two different. Wording is everything. May deter them. I don't know. I'm just reading what it says.
So here's another version of this guy. Oops, let's do this damn thing is not going to do what I want it to do. So don't know how well you guys can see this version, but yeah, these are the versions I have. I have these little spiky guys, but they have like the little, like I said, the little stripes down the sides. So they're like little racing stripes. Oh, you know what? Sorry about that. I'm over here talking about it. I'm not even showing what the hell I'm looking at. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. So you have this version here.
Yep.
Which is what I have most of the time in my greenhouse. If I see another one, I'll take a picture of it just so I can show it off next week, or I might just do a little short on these guys.
What is that?
That is Instar Stage 4.
I have not even no idea what that is.
It's
That is a ladybug larvae.
That's the
Never heard of it.
Yeah, see, the instar is when they molt from stage to stage.
No, what is the species?
Ladybugs.
I've never seen one like that.
Because they're going to be underneath the leaf or near the stem.
No, see, mine, because of where I have them at, I see these things all over the place in there. I have to be careful where I walk because I don't want to step on any of them. And these little buggers, they move quick. They're tiny, but they move fast.
Yeah. They look something from a sci-fi movie.
Yeah, really odd cross between, I would say, a funky caterpillar, a spider, and like aliens. First time I saw them, like the first year I think I seen these things, I was actually getting rid of them because I didn't know what they were. And I was too lazy to do research. Second year, I saw a mad infestation of these, and I'm like, what is this bug? And I Google Lens image picture searched it, and it said ladybug larvae, and I was like, oop, and I killed a ton of these last year. I haven't touched them since. I just let them do whatever they want on my plants. If I've got a plant that has like a mad infestation of insects or aphids, I will physically pick up the ladybugs, and I will walk them over there. I just kind of pinch them gently in between 3 fingers, and I'll walk them over and I'll set them on the plant. Sometimes they fly off. Sometimes they just motor around real quick till they kind of settle down and when they're not agitated, and they will just go to town on any sort of aphids, and they will munch aphids like crazy. But yeah, so again, it really just depends on the... Oh my God, there's a picture here of 2 ladybugs going at it.
We don't need that, do we?
It's a 9-page picture. Ladybugs going at it. Then there's egg sacs, and then there's like they're hatching, and then they go through the stages up until they just about hatch before they turn into actual ladybugs. But yeah, so this is probably one of the most beneficial bugs you can get on your plants.
Cool.
Actually, here's a good one. Let's see about this. Oops, son of a turd. That was not the right button. Let's So here's another version of this. This might make it a slight bit easier for... You know what? Hold on, give me a second. I don't know what I'm doing here. Helps if I click on the main page first. This one actually works. Ooh, I got another version here. This one is...
Cliff, I'll be right back. I've got to take my hearing aids out. They're dying.
Alrighty. So here's your different varieties of ladybugs, which look kind of weird. I've never seen a solid black one, but I have seen like these guys here with a small amount of spots that look weird. I always think they're like false ladybugs, but they're not. It's just a genetic thing. It says, don't know if you guys can read this. It says Malb may lose their spots and sheen as they age. Some may have more or less spots with 19 being the most common. So 19 spots, that's a lot of spots on a bug. But here's this. Sweet, that actually works pretty good. This is actually the best one I've seen so far for how this works. So there's your egg. Instar version 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then it goes into pupa mode. You get 3 stages of pupa mode, and then it hatches from 3rd stage to the adult. And then the life cycle starts over again, as you can see here. So, nice little cycle. Don't know what Malb actually stands for. Unless it stands for males are large beetles. But it doesn't really, there's no like, they call them Malb, but there's no like, I'm not seeing an acronym for them as to like what they might actually stand for. And now see, this is odd. That is a pepper plant. Or it might be an eggplant. So yeah, it says Harmonia exidris lay their eggs in clusters on the underside of leaves, twigs, and similar items. So they're always going to be on the bottom side of something, so you might not necessarily see them at first glance.
Yeah.
Unless you turn your plant sideways and really examine your plants.
Or use a mirror to look up.
That too. Here it is molting. Looks like from stage 3 to 4 actually. Just about. And yes, they are up close. They are spiky. They don't look it when you see them, unless you look at them through like a magnifying glass or lens, however you want to pronounce
you
it.
can also use a macro lens on a camera and get some good photos.
And then here is almost the final stage before it hatches, right before it turns into a ladybug or lady beetle. Looks like we're pretty much it for pictures off of that one. But stage-wise, I think that's actually a good cycle stage. And again, like I said, it depends on the variety of ladybug you have. Will determine the striping or the orange markings on the bug. As you saw in some of the other ones, it had like 2 dots here, and then had an orange stripe there. Sometimes you just get them with an orange stripe. Sometimes I've seen them with a dot on the bottom too. But again, depends on the species or DNA makeup, I guess, of the particular ladybug in question. Another one is praying mantis.
Yes.
Praying mantis. Oh, that sounds real Grace Martin. I was like, ooh, what the heck?
They're cool.
Praying mantis is creepy. But here's the thing. They are extremely, extremely beneficial to your garden as well.
Yep.
They will eat a lot of the larger pests that are too big for the ladybugs.
Yeah, now they will also go after bees and ladybugs.
They will.
Mhm.
They'll eat anything they can get a hold of, essentially.
Yes.
I'm trying to find a good life cycle chart.
Yeah, because they'll go after like grasshoppers, beetles, caterpillars, and flies.
This one might be the best one so far. Oh my god, this is so you'll still get the same aspects from most praying mantis. This one just happens to be for the orchid mantis, which majority of you are not going to have. It's essentially like a
Yeah.
pinkish mantis. See if it's going to give me the freaking cycle chart.
I'm now running half power, so I can't hear everything people are saying. So I may drop down, Cliff, because my hearing
Alrighty.
sucks right now. But
Okay.
I'll catch you guys later. Bye.
Later.
Have a good one, man. Be safe. Be well.
You too. Bye, everybody.
Later.
He'll still be in the chat, so
Yeah.
hopefully. Wow, this is really. Oh, so the female orchid mantis is in the space between Europe and Australia. Tropical rainforests of Southeast Asia, including countries such as Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Philippines, Vietnam, and part of it. I'd love to get one of those down here. I really would. It is an absolutely beautiful praying mantis.
A lot of them are.
No, the orchid mantis in particular is really pretty. It's like a vibrant. And I know I've said it on here before. I usually hate the color pink, but this particular bug, like just depending on the. Wow, that actually did not help me at all. That particular page.
Yeah. If you're wondering, it looks like an orchid flower.
Yeah, and it spreads its the wings open on the abdomen or backside, and it literally looks like an open flower. Hey, can I not get like one decent
Picture?
like one decent life cycle chart? Oh, here we go. Maybe this will work. No, because that's not showing me the egg sacs. I want the whole life cycle, but like in color. So I keep finding these ones that are like all weird, enhanced, like almost look like little rubber toys, like the way they have them, and I don't like those charts. Let's see if this one works. This one might be. Come on. Oh, that's freaking Pinterest. That ain't gonna help me at all. It's all save it. No, I don't want to save it. I just want to click on the picture, to look at the picture, to show the picture. Of course, I should have been slightly more prepared, but, it is what it is.
It is.
Sometimes you just kind of go off the cuff. That's kind of what makes life fun and exciting.
Or dangerous.
Or dangerous, yeah. Depends on what your end game is supposed to be. Hard way. Oh, be a decent one. Please let this be a decent one. Oh, it's gonna be one of these crappy ones. Oh my god. That's it, roaches. Oh yeah, they'll also eat cockroaches too.
Yeah.
I mean, you literally have a bug that eats its mate.
Just like the spiders.
Oh, yes. I found it. Yeah, I had to scroll down a ways, but I got it. All right, so I can share this one. Kind of wish we had a bit more people in here talking about this, but
Yeah.
hey, it is what it is. Get off of there.
There
Stupid
you
thing.
go.
Thing popped up on us. So here we got the one I've been trying to find. It took me a while to find this. I don't like this particular picture here because that looks weird. And that's usually the wrong direction. But anyways, so you got your egg sac, which looks like a fingerprint or a really odd-looking sponge.
Yeah, some of them will actually look like the roof of a Viking house.
Yeah, thatched roof.
Yeah.
So you get 10 to 400 eggs in a little foam sack like this, which hardens and then turns into egg sacs. 10 days to 12 weeks. Good Lord. I suppose it depends on when they lay them. If they lay them in the wintertime, they're usually going to be popping up in spring.
Yeah.
I do see them every once in a while, and I do try to drag them actually into my greenhouse to see if I can't possibly get them to grow in there. But I haven't had any success yet. And then you get the little baby versions, which are the nymphs, well, basically stage 1. And they will come out by the hundreds, depending on the size of the egg sac.
Yeah, they're tiny. A lot of times you won't see them.
Yeah, they look like little brown specks. Till they start getting into the slightly larger aspect, which is 5 to 10 molts and grows with each molt. So,
Like a crab.
yep, exactly like crabs. Crabs are shrimp, or like crawdads. I would think crawdad more or less, because crawdads grow fast and they pop out of their shells. Spiders do the same thing, but spiders have to get fairly large before they pop out of their own skin. And then you have the full version, adult version, which are usually the ones that most people and most kids freak out about when they land on them.
Oh, and then they open up their wings, and then it's all red color, and it scares the crap out of everybody.
Yep. I've had a few of those fly at me when I was a kid, and it scared the shit out of me. I did not like it. I'm like, I don't know what it is, and it's flying at me. But now, as an older person, or as a mature adult, slightly mature adult, because I do not want to offend any Gen X stating that I am a grown-ass adult. No, I'm not. I'm a grown-ass man-child. But again, I digress. Yeah, these things, when they're flying at you, kind of freak you out. But me now, at this point, I've had them bite me a few times, having them walk on me, but I just look at them and be like, do you enjoy that taste? And they usually just fly off or walk. After they take the first nibble, they stop. But they really only bite you if you startle them. If you don't startle them, they'll use their little ninja grabbers, and they just kind of climb on you.
Yeah, or harass them. Don't harass them.
Yeah. I'll grab them if they're on the wrong plant, because I know they're not going to get anything on specific plants if they sit there. So if I see one on like one of my young trees, my little trees, I'll take them and move them somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because I'll move them to a plant where I know that it's going to attract certain bugs. Like my mint, when my mint is flowering, it'll attract certain bugs. I'll throw them on my mint mainly just because mint attracts random bugs and they like to sit on there. Flies mainly, so I'll set them over there. If I've got a fruit plant or a plant that has a lot of fragrance that I know is going to draw certain things, I'll set them over there with the hopes that they don't take out the beneficial pollinators. But sometimes, you got to outweigh the risks of moving certain bugs certain places. Because these guys will indeed, and in fact, if they can catch it, they will eat it. They'll take out spiders, like Jason said, caterpillars, other bugs.
Mm-hmm.
They'll eat the ladybugs, which...
And your bees.
Rarely see them do that, but they'll take out the bees. They'll get flies. I've seen them grab dragonflies. Just snatch them right out the air.
Anything they can get their mitts on.
Grabbers. Their pincers. Their ninja skewers.
Yeah.
Don't really know what to call them. They don't exactly say what they really are.
Their arms.
But yeah, that bug is, again, it is a weird bug. Very weird bug. Almost as weird as a stick bug. Stick bugs are weird. I've seen a few of those down here.
Oh, the walking sticks?
Yes.
Yeah, they're pretty much everywhere here in the northern continent.
I used to see a bunch when I was in Denver. We'd go hiking. You kind of, if you're paying attention, you can find them. But every once in a while down here, I will see like a 5-6 inch one just sitting on one of my planters. And I'm like, what is the stick bug doing over here? Like, why is it? Like, and the thing is, you don't ever see them moving. You just see them sitting on a branch or sitting on like the side of a pot. And you're like, oh, that is a weird. What? You're like, what is that? Is that a dead branch? And then you touch it, it moves, and you freak out.
Yeah.
Because nobody expects a branch-looking doohickey to just up and move on you. But yeah, so there's also that. So essentially these are two of the main beneficial bugs to a lot of your greenhouse or outdoor plants. So you got ladybugs and praying mantises. These guys will pretty much wipe out any sort of detrimental bug you might have on your plants. But do be very mindful that the praying mantis will eat a lot more than a ladybug will.
Oh, yeah.
Ladybug will eat the small stuff. Praying mantis will eat darn near anything around its size or even bigger if it can get a hold of it and keep it from moving.
Yeah, it'll actually skip over the aphids and go for something bigger.
Yeah, yeah. I've never seen these things munch on aphids. They're too small, and it would have to eat trillions of them.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the two main ones. Ooh, Asian mantis will eat hummingbirds.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Now, here's another one that a lot of people don't know, and that is going to be the green lacewing.
Oh, yeah. Those things are annoying. They're more prevalent in the summertime and spring.
Mm-hmm. They will eat aphids like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah, it's essentially like a mini version of a dragonfly.
Yeah, they'll go after the mealybugs, whiteflies, thrips. They'll even go after the insect eggs.
Yeah, and if you walk around in your garden with a white light outside, they fly in your face constantly. Use red light at night if you're doing any garden work. Bugs usually won't bother you.
Yeah.
I don't think I would mind the Asian mantis there, Grace, honestly. Oh, yeah, that's that. I don't think I've seen, or Chinese mantis. It says Chinese mantis, but same difference. That's a fairly large praying mantis versus what we have in the U.S., like standard one. Thing looks like it's almost 6 inches from head to tip of the wings. Let me show that off here. Let me see if I can get it. There we go. That's actually a decent picture. Oh my God, this thing's going to be a turd. All right, well, I guess I'll have to do it this way. So let me at least bring this up. I can't bring it up any bigger than what it is here because my computer's having a heart attack. So that's, I don't know how well that's showing up, but that is apparently an Asian mantis or a Chinese mantis.
They're big.
That thing is huge. I can almost see how that would be able to eat a hummingbird.
Just got to catch it, though.
As fast as those damn things are. Yeah, it's basically a praying mantis is the Bruce Lee of the bug kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see it standing there and all of a sudden, bam, in the blink of an eye, literally, that thing will be holding something. You're like, how did that even get it?
They'll even eat small invertebrates, too.
I've seen them eat, like, millipedes.
Mm-hmm. They'll go after the little frogs. They'll go after mice. I
think I've actually seen those. I know I've seen them fighting spiders, and majority of the time, the mantis wins against the spider. I've seen the scorpion fights, like the small scorpions, like the little brown scorpions.
The bark
Basic
one.
standard like desert scorpion, not like your king scorpions, but like desert scorpions, little brown ones, usually about 2-3 inches, give or take.
Also known as the bark scorpion.
Yes, there you go. Super poison if it gets you.
It'll ruin you a couple days, yeah.
But yeah, I've seen them. That one's usually a 50-50 on who wins that battle. It just depends on whether or not the praying mantis can actually get the pincers off quick enough or get the end of the tail off. So, again, it's on that particular matchup, it's usually 50-50.
Yeah, you can pull up a picture of the lacewing so people know what a lacewing looks like.
Can pull up one of those. Basically, I would say it's
And also crane flies, too. They look like the giant mosquitoes. Those are beneficial.
well, it's giving me a weird. It's called. Damn it! It says net winged something or other. All I want is a picture. Damn it! There we go. Oh, that is the perfect image. So this is the best one so far, Jason. Check this out. This thing came out perfection.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. I don't even have to zoom in. So that is essentially a lacewing. These things have the flight pattern of a drunk fly.
And their larvae will eat like there's no tomorrow with the aphids.
Yeah, you'll always see these at night if you're out there with a headlamp on. They're one of the first bugs that like fly at you, and they flutter weird, like almost like a drunk fairy. They don't fly; they flutter. It's really weird.
So
And they're roughly anywhere between like a 1/4 inch to usually about a 1/2 inch, depending on I think the species or just how much they've eaten.
What's up, SD Mountain Man?
Ooh, Scott showed up. What up, Scott? How's it going? Good to see you, brother. How's the weather over there? And this is this one's this is a golden eye lacewing. I didn't notice that when I was looking at it. That eye does not look golden. The head looks more golden than anything else. See, these things I always grab and I get rid of them because they bug the crap out of me. Like I grab them by the wings and I usually, if they're on something, I grab them by the wings and I just chuck them out somewhere and they usually just fly off.
And then we also help pollinate too.
Most bugs will.
Yep.
Most bugs will. These guys, they just, for some reason, they just irritate me. I don't know why. I hate them flying around. Because I'll get like 4 or 5 of them just trying to land on me. I'm like, bro, I'm trying to do work out here. Leave me alone. Hey, up north of the 49th, how's it going?
Are you done?
If you'd be so kind as to remind us of your...
Providence?
Well, obviously he's up north. He's Canadian.
I know. Oh, daughter's home.
That sucked. I didn't hear Scooter barking. Scooter, are you alive?
He's in the house.
Ah,
Yeah.
There we go.
Another one that's beneficial, believe it or not, is the crane fly.
Yes, that's another one that actually popped up too. Is that one? It's the
Yeah,
same,
the nature bugs,
almost
yeah.
the same thing. Yeah, that one's so the adult version will not eat much, but the larvae stage will
Yes.
eat the hell out of mosquitoes.
Just like the dragonflies.
It's this thing is essentially what looks like a giant ass mosquito, which everybody mistakes for a giant ass mosquito, but it's not. Whoa, my thing was all slower here.
It's a flying daddy long legs.
Yeah, essentially. How's that for get off of there?
Yeah, there we go.
Has that actually showed up pretty good? Oh yeah, there we go. So that's what the crane fly looks like. Oh, No, I figured you were in Canada around that area. No, I meant the reminder of us, your given name. I do apologize. If I again, I apologize for not remembering it and or forgetting it just because you pop up here and there. So it takes me a while to remember names. Oh yeah, mayflies do bite. They will bite you.
Those are also good for catching trout.
Because I can't remember. I know it's not Dave because I know Dave is up north of 60, but he's usually on the Bushcraft Outdoor channels, and I know he's like snowed in right now, so I'm not going to see much from him until spring. But yeah, so this is the funny version. So this is the nymph version, and this is what will eat a lot of the mosquito larvae. And then you have the adult version, which again, like Jason stated, looks like a flying daddy longlegs.
Yeah, because they'll start going after the nectar when they're adult.
But yeah, these things are creepy looking.
Aren't most insects though?
Depends on. So this has got to be the most random transition. It's like, oh, here's freaking bugs, and then here's an entire winter scene. You got a grouse, a pheasant, and a freaking weasel, and a mole rat.
Looks like a merit.
It is I believe that's a mink actually.
Or mink.
But yeah, mink, ferret, weasel, pretty much all the same line, along the same lines of the family. I just find it funny that this pheasant is like 4 inches under snow technically. That is not normally where they sit. That one looks like a freaking collared dove. Did I just hear somebody load up dial-up?
No, I'm always watching other videos.
I was like, I swear to God, I heard that dial-up sound. I'm like, that's a non-mistakable
Brings back
sound.
childhood memories.
God, trauma, not memories. That's trauma. You try doing that shit at like 2 o'clock in the morning to load up like an online game, and you just hear that noise, and you can't turn it off.
No.
And then like one of the parents comes downstairs. What are you doing down here? I'm trying to play Diablo.
No, you listened for that for like 30 minutes just so you can play. What's that game we used to play?
Doom.
Oregon Trail.
Oh God, yes, Oregon Trail. I think I still have the floppy disk for that somewhere. Like that game was. Oh, you died of typhoid. Oh, you died of the shits. I'm like, bro, come on. Can I at least make it once without dying of something random?
Yeah, you missed the deer. You now starved to death.
Right. You only had like 3 shots to get that thing, and it was like 32-bit or like 12-bit graphics, and you like had to hit it. Or you crossed the river. 6 of your people died due to frostbite. Bro, it's the middle of summer. I hate it.
Yeah, and there are some beneficial wasps too, as well. Ones that'll eat flies and stuff.
Our thing bees do, they're just slightly more aggressive at doing it.
Let's see, trying to find some more.
Nope. That's right. I do remember you mentioning something about that up north. So we'll keep that on the down low. Let's see. Let's just give him a random name. I believe you've actually given me your name originally, like on a private area. Again, I do apologize for forgetting it, but let's see. Up north of 49th, what do we call him? We can just call him Utah. Fuck it. he's going to get a random name. We're going to be Utah. And I'll probably forget that by tomorrow anyway.
Yeah.
Max resistance. Ooh, I bet if I search that, I'd be able to find information.
Oh, another
So would that be
beneficial.
dick, diaper, drapery, dapper, diarrhea, Donahue? There's another word I can say. It ends with a dough, but we won't go there.
Now, don't forget the lightning bugs too.
I do not have those in my location. Here's a funny thing about that. They're in Denver. I
Yeah.
have seen them in Denver, which is odd because that state gets a crap ton of snow in the wintertime if it's got a bad winter. I have never seen freaking lightning bugs down here.
Yeah, we have them here. We see them every summer.
You must. I think it's because you have like a more like a wetlands in your area. And that's usually where
Yeah.
they're at.
But they actually prefer tall native grasses, though.
See, that's the problem. For me to find tall native grass, I would have to go southeast or southwest
Yeah.
into like the barren lands of like no man's land in order to find stuff. Yes. Oops, shit. I'm on the wrong page to read that comment. Yes. So that one's beneficial to nectar-bearing plants. Not necessarily beneficial to a lot of the stuff you're going to grow in, say, like a greenhouse. So, yes, the hummingbird moths, mind you, again, that is a huge moth.
Yeah, it's more towards the like swallowtail
Yes.
species. But they will devour a plant pretty quick when they're in their caterpillar form.
I've actually got to learn what stage those have the caterpillar form in so I don't touch them because, I mean, it's a huge moth, but I'm not opposed to having a giant moth.
Yeah, but like I said, that's more towards like the hornworm that is also in that family.
Now that you got me on that one.
Yeah, look at the adult stage. That big gray fuzzy moth that you see at night with all the eyes down its abdomen.
Oh, that damn thing.
Uh-huh.
I have seen that. Yeah, that's like a 2-3 inch moth. It's almost as big as the hummingbird moth. So adult 2 days lays an egg, 3 to 5 days hatches, and then you start getting the hornworm. And then you get it's all small larvae, medium larvae, large larvae, which is the full-grown giant ass like 4-inch hornworm.
They
Then
through
goes
its
to
chrysalis
pupa
form.
stage, and it's that might have been now. Okay. I see those chrysalises constantly.
Mm-hmm. Showed up on the thingy.
Yeah, I can do that. Let's see if this one actually gives me the full image. Of course, it does not give me the single image. It's going to give me... Oh, and that one is a favorite of, it looks like a tarantula wasp. I do apologize. This is... Let me see if I can't get this one. Shit. This is as good as I'm going to be able to get this one. I do apologize, folks. I was not expecting this to give me such a crappy or ineffective version of this. So that's as big as I can get it without it being too blurry. So, adult moth, giant brown thing.
Mm-hmm.
You get 2 days, drops an egg. 3 to 5 days, small larvae. That is a very short incubation time, 5 days.
Yeah. And you'll usually find those pupils right there in the soil.
Yeah, that's usually where they don't lay them on the bottom of eggs. I mean, the bottoms of the leaves. Then you got small larvae, which basically looks like a miniature version of a hornworm. And by the way, the horn side is the back end of the thing, not the front end. Or is it the other way around? No, that's the back end. So you got basically 10 days after the 5 days, it goes to the medium version, which is roughly about an inch, inch and a half. You got medium larvae after 4 days, goes to the large larvae, which those things can range anywhere between like 3 and 5 inches. I have seen some huge one. Yeah, and this was the tomato hornworm. And then after that, it goes to this chrysalis here, which is your standard chrysalis for a lot of things. And it'll sit there for about a month and then turn back into adult, and you got your life cycle again.
Okay, let's see.
Let's see, so 30, 35, 39, 40.
Trying to find a good picture of the adult.
So roughly 45 to 47 days is the average, is the duration or life cycle for the moth for this particular hornworm. And then you've got this particular version. This is the broconid wasp or broconid wasp.
Uh-huh.
And this one will attack hornworms, it looks like. Or just any cat or any sort of caterpillar.
The real bonsai trees or the topiary trees there, Scott? Yeah, we can't afford the real bonsai tree.
Oh shit! No, those things are expensive.
Oh, I know. Yeah, you're talking $10,000 to $40,000.
If you get a fully established bonsai tree from specific regions of like China,
Japan.
yes, you can pick up a standard bonsai tree. A lot of the times they will sell them in like the higher end nurseries. You can usually pick up a small one, but you're looking at a bonsai tree that's maybe less than 10 or 15 years old. Those things will live indefinitely under the right care and maintenance.
Yes. Yeah, don't be confused with the topiary, the junipers with that actually, mimic the bonsai tree through cultivation.
Yeah, I was going to say that's through the like trimming and through pruning. You can do the same thing with a pine tree at a young stage if you do it the right way. You can get. I've seen pine trees with that spiral shape.
Oh yeah.
You know how hard that is to do on a pine tree?
Yeah.
That is not an easy task.
And that's a young pine tree. Again, it keeps growing. You got to keep it malnutrition just to keep it small.
Yeah, you got to stunt the growth on that thing.
Yeah, so if anybody sees a bonsai tree, like $20, you're being suckered. It's not a true bonsai tree. So I learned all that when I was in high school at the ornamental horticulture class. That was one of our topics.
No, yeah. A true bonsai tree is going to be expensive. You're looking thousands of dollars just for a young tree. Now, you can usually find like the smaller versions, which are usually anywhere between like 6 to 10, maybe 12 inches, at like a lot of like the Oriental places. And even then, you're still looking at like $50 to $100 just for like a little tiny ass bonsai tree.
Yeah.
And you're going to get that bonsai tree in like a container that's no bigger than this.
Yeah, that's what you kind of keep it malnutritioned. You keep it small. Like I say, a lot of them will actually use like a tam juniper or a juniper bush, and they'll actually train that. It's called topiary.
You can essentially, proper care, determination, and all of that, you can essentially bonsai a lot of things.
Oh, yeah.
It's just not exactly 100% beneficial to the plant later in life once it gets past, a certain height.
Yeah. Now, if you think about it, when you do an espalier for like a fruit tree, that's basically a topiary.
Yeah. And you don't do it instantly. You cannot just take one of those branches and 90-degree turn that thing because it will snap the branch off.
Yeah. A good way to train a plant to do that, believe it or not, is solid copper wire.
Oh, that hurt my wallet just hearing that.
I know. You're using basically, 12 gauge wire, a 10 and 8 gauge wire. And you're just wrapping it around the branch, and then you're slowly training it to be that way. It takes years.
Up north, you can just take a quick, if you have it on your phone, I don't know if you have Android or iPhone, but usually you have, for or Android, you have, Google Lens. You can usually just click on that and take a picture of it, and it should technically help identify the kind of species of tree it is. I don't know what the equivalent is for iPhone, because fortunately I don't do iPhone, and I will never trust iPhone no matter what. But whatever the option is for image search identification, you can use that. You might actually be able to just download Plant. I think it's called Plant ID.
Yeah.
And then that'll help you identify a lot of plants as well.
Yeah, you want to get up close so you can see the needles or the leaves, the bark.
Yeah, there you go, Scott. You can, if you've got the wire for it, you can do it.
Oh, yeah.
And it doesn't have to necessarily be copper wire. If you have fence wire,
guide wire or something like that, yeah.
Anything that's thick enough to bend without bending back on its own under, even just a little bit of force is
it's not
perfect
springy
for training the tree.
I just, typically they use copper because it's not springy, and once you bend it to that form, it stays that way.
Yeah, I've got steel wire that's basically like a top runner for a fence, and then you just twist twist tie on there. I've got probably 40 feet of that crap. I use that a lot of the times to wire tie a lot of my stuff to my trellises. It's a broadleaf evergreen. All right.
Another tree that you can use is to be the Japanese black pine. As another one that they can mimic.
I know you can do it with bamboo. I've seen bamboo doing it too.
Well, the Japanese black pine has also got the short needles too.
No, the stuffer snares is not going to be thick enough or have enough spring.
Yeah, no, it's too springy and it doesn't hold its form.
Yeah.
Baling wire is one of them that you can use. Or the wire that they use for, the rebar for concrete.
Yeah, that stuff. But, I mean, you're looking at, that's some heavy gauge. That's 8 gauge wire.
They got different thicknesses.
What is that? What is that 3-phase wire? Comes in. It's usually yellow or white. You got the hot, the ground, and the neutral.
Yeah, that's to be 12.
Yeah, that stuff. If you split that down, that wire is actually good enough for shaping. Mind you, you're looking at probably what, $50-$60 for 100 feet, if not more, because that wire is expensive.
Yeah, it is.
You're better off just buying a spool of fencing wire.
Yeah. Yeah, just make sure that you can bend it and it stays in that form that you bent it into.
If you can find what is it? What the hell is it? It's not tulips. It's oh shit! What the hell is that plant? Great, my brain just shut off, froze, and died.
I mean, yeah, you can walk into Lowe's for like $26, and you can get the 8-gauge bare copper wire for like was it 25 feet?
Well, then 1/8 thick copper wire. Yeah, that should work. Then if it's that thick, that's actually no.
That's pretty thick wire.
Yeah, that's almost that's like grounding wire.
Yeah, that would probably be the number 4.
God, I'm trying to. It's not tulips. What the hell is that wire? Fuck, driving me nuts. I'm trying to think of the name of that damn plant I have in my house.
I mean, you can even do it with the Ficus benjamina if you wanted to.
I mean, again, it really just depends on your determination on how you want to grow that. I mean, you can get and do not do this in the wintertime for most plants because they will snap most of the time because they're usually in hibernation and they don't like to be moved. Always do it in like spring, summertime when the plant is like the most flexible, and always like a day or two after you've watered it. Because again, that is when your plant is going to be the absolute most flexible that it can possibly get.
And you want to do it on new growth. I mean, there's a lot of channels out there on YouTube that can that deals with topiary.
I'm not one of them, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
I can give bits of information here and there due to a little bit of knowledge that I've gained doing some of this stuff.
Again, that's some of the stuff I did when I was in high school with the ornamental horticulture class.
CR, yes, technically you can actually do that with sunflowers as long as you start to train them along that lines as they're growing.
Yes, yeah, you can spiral it as it grows, but you're gonna have to be out there every day.
Yeah, that stuff will grow like 6-8 inches a day.
Mm-hmm.
Strebless Asper. Ooh, let's see what we have on that one. Curious. That looks just like a straight-ass fruit tree, almost. Sandpaper bonsai, okay. I don't know how they got that as a bonsai tree. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that is definitely... So, I'll try to do this as best I can. This is the picture for it. This is what I got, just searching that. I wish it didn't have this stupid search thing in front of it, because that's really aggravating.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here we go. Haha! Check that out.
Yeah. Like I said, the real bonsai tree will grow like that naturally.
I love the random little mini succulent plant they have down here. It always throws me off when I see roots of plants outside of the dirt, as I'm like, are you getting enough nutrients? Are you dying?
Well, look at the ficus trees of India. Their roots are all over the place, all over the rocks, everything else.
Fucking tree grows upside down.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this will actually give you on how to repot that too. They're up north. So if you go to Bonsai Empire, I'm not sure that's bonsaiempire.com. It'll give you all the information on what you need for fertilizing, tree species, and then how to repot your bonsai. Sometimes you have to cut the roots off. It is inevitable. It depends on how root bound your pot is or plant is.
It's also to keep it small too, as well. You're, like I said, you're put it this way: you're training the tree to stay small. You're essentially root pruning it.
You're also keeping it root bound at the same time because a root bound plant will not grow big. Big trees in little pots. I'm just going to say this out loud. It is a shitload of fertilizer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Grace, on that one, I did not technically graft it. What I did was I used a rooting pod on a citrus branch. I did 2 tests on one plant. The first test was unsuccessful, mainly due to ignorance. I didn't know what the hell I was doing originally, despite the fact that I did a decent amount of research on it. The second one took a little longer than expected. The ants kind of decided they wanted to help me excavate the dirt from my pod, which really pissed me off. So I had to freaking pour dirt in there, wet and dry at the same time, which was not fun. That took me almost 6 months to get roots from that plant. But I did successfully get a root ball from the rooting pod, and then I cut it and planted it. That plant is actually doing fantastic. It's about, almost 3 foot tall on each branch.
Oh, wow. Already?
Oh, dude, that thing took off.
You want to try it again?
I actually am. There's my other lemon plant. There's a couple of branches that are growing almost freaking straight out sideways. I want to get rid of those, but it's a healthy branch. So I want to root pod those ones and split those 2 off. There's also another set that I want to do on my lemon plant. Lemon plant did not grow as well as I would have liked it, or the direction I wanted it to grow. Again, that is due to my own ignorance because I did not really know what I was doing. So that one there is going to be, I'm going to be working on that one next year, trying to see if I can't get it to grow a different way. If I cannot get it to grow a different way, I will just probably clone the branches, or basically get a, what's the technical term for it? It's not grafting, because grafting requires you to cut off a branch and put it on another branch or another tree to keep growing it.
You're pretty much cloning it.
Yeah, I'm essentially, just cloning it. So there's a couple of really healthy branches or stems that I want to clone and just get those independently and grow, because they're growing they're growing the manner to which I want them to, which is a straight line essentially. I can do a short or a full video on that one, Grace. Depends on what my audience would like or not like. I showed it off in the last video I did on the greenhouse update.
Yeah, you need to do an update on just that plant only, and then link it to the longer videos you did for actually working on it.
Oh God, I don't even have the video where I did working on it.
It's in your you removed it?
No, I just do the random videos where I'm like, hey, this is what I'm doing on this one, and once I post it, usually after about a month, I usually delete them.
No, in your YouTube studio.
Oh God, honestly, I don't even know if that's still sitting. I know the short version's in there.
Yeah.
The one I just did like a week ago or 2 weeks ago. But that was that 10-minute one where it kind of cut me off at the end because so while I was filming, I was holding it with my other hand, and I just happened to tap the damn back button with the knuckle of my finger, and I mean I barely glanced it, and that's what killed me at the end of that, because I was going to go for like another minute. And that's why it seemed in that video, or that 10-minute video, why I just suddenly shut all, like it just died all of a sudden. It's because my ass hit the button.
Somebody needs a selfie stick.
I have one. It's over there, but I have my short little tripod, which I normally film on, but this was one of those late night things where I just figured I would do it
Uh,
because why not? I had the time to do it when I got home, so that's what I was doing.
but what I'm saying is, you can go back in your studio and you can link it with the ones when you started doing it.
Dude, I don't even know if that one's in there, to be honest. I mean, it might be in studio for the video, but that was...
Because you can link your short, or you can link that longer version to that short.
Yeah, you might have to help me through that because I don't do a lot of this editing horse shit. Or link stuff. I just throw it in there. I try to do it as natural as possible. That way nobody complains at me like, oh, you're editing this and no. I just try to do everything as natural as possible so there's no complaints later saying that I tweaked a video saying, oh, that's not exactly how you did it.
Well,
The last video I did, I had you guys on the end of the car, like you were on the hood of my car, and I filmed a whole transplant of the carrots.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying, if you ever watch the shorts and you see that little triangle button with another title there next to it, and you push that little play button, it takes you to another video.
I'd have to pay attention. I don't think I pay attention to any of that, so I never notice.
Yeah.
I'll have to keep an eye on that the next time I do a video. But I can do an independent video, like solid, like maybe like a 5-minute video just explaining what I did. Sorry. But yeah, I mean, I can do on that one. I can show the main mother plant and then show what I split off of it. Which again, I'm gonna probably be doing that again for some of my fruit trees. I got a guy that I frequent on every week, except for December's. I don't go to restaurants in December because they have Christmas crap up. So I try to avoid that like the plague. But I have a place that I go to every Friday, and one of the guys that's there, one of the managers, he's got a couple of he's got like an acre or like half an acre down in like about a half hour, 45 minutes south of me that he wants fruit trees on. So I told him I would get him some plants when I can. He wanted to plant them in the spring and the winter time. I told him I wouldn't recommend it because it'll probably kill the plant.
Yeah, I'll just get the bare root and go do it in the springtime.
Yeah. So I'm going to try to graft right as spring hits. I'm going to try to graft a couple of branches off of some of my fruit trees. Because one of my apple trees, I don't like the way it's growing. And probably my fault for picking that particular tree. All right, catch you later, Scott. If you got any more gardening stuff, by all means, hit me up. You know how to reach me. I either got email or you can hit me through like Instagram or whatnot. I don't have Facebook, but if need be, hit me up on a random question on a video of mine. Instagram. I'll help you out as best I can. But be well, be safe. Thanks for stopping by. Take care.
Later, Scott.
And don't freeze. But yeah, so I'm going to try to, so my apple, like I said, my apple tree is not growing the way I wanted it to. I've got two main stems, and I don't like that. I want one solid main vertically, and then kind of branch off from there.
Yeah, because remember, I got some cross branches that I need to take care of too. I might just root those this year, and then trim out.
I'm telling you, Jason, get those rooting balls. Or here's the thing: even if you cannot use a rooting ball, grab a solo cup, cut the damn thing down the middle.
Yeah.
Down the side, down the bottom. Cut a big circle around the bottom where it's about the size of your branch or the diameter of your branch.
Yeah.
And just fill that bastard with potting soil.
Mm-hmm.
Wrap it up. Well, obviously you know how to do this.
Yeah.
Better than I do.
It's easier with those.
So anyway, so these are the graft. These are what I like to call the rooting balls or rooting pods. So I do apologize. It's really hard to see these. Sometimes you can get these in different colors. The black ones do get hot when they're directly in the sunlight, but they do not let any sunlight in, so you don't have to worry about any like mold procuring in your soil, which can tend to happen if you have like the clear ones.
Mm-hmm.
So they do make these where you can get one half is kind of like a clear, and then the other half is like dark. The only reason why I can see the clear side being a benefit to having these is that you can actually see
Oh,
the roots
make
once
yourself
they
big.
start to form. Say what?
Make yourself big.
Oh, sorry. Wasn't even thinking about that. So these are the rooting balls. They do come. You can. I picked these up on Amazon. I think I paid like $15, and I got this huge ass bag full of these things. 3 different sizes. Okay, that was weird. So backside, you get these massive guys, and that is, I believe, a 5-inch. Now these ones, as you can see on here, I'll just use my forehead. These ones are adjustable. So you just snip off the little tabs here. So this is the smallest version. As you can see, that's my thumb. Doesn't really fit in there. Would fit more in the second ring. So you can basically just take like a pair of clips, snips, or wire cutters would probably be the best way to do this. And you just snip off each ring until you get the size appropriate for said branch. And it's both top and bottom, as you can see. It's kind of hard to show. There's the back side. And there is the front side where my fat head's at. So you do get adjustability on both sides. These ones, as big as they are, they do come in separate halves. They are not sandwiched together, or they do not have the accordion style or whatever you want to, of the hinge.
Yeah.
So this is the medium version, or I believe this is the 3-inch or 4-inch. I can't remember.
That's 3.
Yeah, that's the 3-inch version. Again, sandwiched. This one does not have the adjustability. You do see there is really hard to do this. There's a little tab on the bottom of this. That is always the bottom. So that little tab right there is the bottom. That eventually snaps against the edge of the branch
And holds it there.
to keep the, my hand just cramped on me, to keep the pod from sliding down the branch.
Now I got a
Because
question.
you do not want to expose the section of branch that you have this to sunlight or like dry air.
I got a question. When you took some of the cameo layer off, did you take the whole cameo layer off or just half of it?
When I did the one for the citrus tree, I basically ringed it.
Okay.
And again, it really depends on the thickness of the branch you're using. So the one I originally started off with probably was not any thicker than my pinky. So I had to do the whole thing. And I only did it, I think I took off about an inch. Well, no, it's because I was using the small one. Yeah. So I was using one of these ones. This is like 1.5 inches, 2 inches. I was using one of these because 2 inches. So I had one of these, as you can see. Same design. You got that little tab on the bottom. Which is my forehead because my forehead's white. The little tab on the bottom. Essentially always goes on the bottom no matter how you do it. And it basically locks the plant in. So as you can, hard to see. That's about the, that's literally the best way I can show it.
I guess we can call them the anchors.
Yeah, so anchors, and it's basically just to keep the pod from sliding down the tree line or the branch and exposing or, giving your cambium layer exposed to direct sunlight. Once you do that, it's done. It won't matter. Well, thank you, Grace. Like so that branch was about just enough to fit in the opening of this, which is really, this thing is really hard to see the opening. And that was almost in there really tight just off of that. I did 2 of these off the same plant. The first one I checked on had absolutely no growth on it. I even had the rooting powder was still in the soil around the branch. So I was a little disappointed there. Like
Yeah, 'cause
again, it comes in 3 different sizes. You got the 6-inch, the 3-inch, and a 2-inch.
yeah. I was actually thinking about taking off like the 50% of the cameo layer, leave some of it on there so you still get some kind of moisture to the plant itself as well.
I just realized this large one has 4 different vertices. Again, I did not notice that at first. So there's your anchor right there for your ground. Now, I'm assuming, again, like I said earlier, this is so just in case you have a larger diameter branch, you can use it.
Mhm.
But at the same time, that secondary layer right there seems to be about the same width as this one here. So my only guess on that is designed as an air pocket.
To water and let the air flow through.
Yeah, so you can get so it does it like, yeah, like you said, gets air through there or air flow and doesn't
Rot.
basically sit there and get wet. Now these ones, for the most part, these smaller ones, they have nothing on the side. They just snap together, as you can see. There's nothing on them. So those ones might have a different aspect of how they work.
Yeah. Up north wants to know, did you end up cutting the other branches off the lemon tree?
I only did the 2 off, and it wasn't even the lemon one. So the one I did the rooting ball on was a Mexican lime. I did 2 of them because I wanted to test out how it was going to work. I've never done this before, so that one was my test plant. I will be doing. Sorry for the noise. Give me a second to mute the. Okay, but I damn near had a mental breakdown just trying to get this crap in a plastic bag. Like, it would not. I put the top in there and I pulled it in wrong, so I tried to turn it in the bag and everything just fell apart. So yeah, so essentially, looks like I get about 5 or 6 medium ones. I've got one of these just laying around the house, like in my room, is just sitting over here somewhere. And then it came with I think 4 or 5 of these little ones. Again, I have another one just sitting around the house over here. But no, so like I said, I only did it with the 2 as I was testing it out because I didn't really know what I was doing, and I didn't want to put too many on the plant, stress the plant out, and then lose the entire plant. That is especially when it comes to citrus. I'm going to tell you right now, any citrus grower, it's almost as bad as losing a child when it comes to growing stuff. I have damn near cried as a grown man-child. I have almost lost it losing citrus plants. After I had one I lost after 2 years.
Oh yeah, because you paid so much for it, you nurture it and everything else, and then it just goes belly up.
It went belly up, and that was my own ignorance because, again, I'm on year 2, don't really know what I'm doing with citrus plants, and I gave the citrus plant in an 8 or 10-inch pot an entire 6-inch citrus
Oh, that's
tree
right.
feeder stick.
And you burnt it.
I burned the ever-loving fuck out of that plant. And there was nothing I can do to recover it after that. Not a damn thing. I could have yanked out the plant, rinsed off the roots,
It still
put it
wouldn't
in brand new soil, and that thing still would have died. Because it was already to the point where it's, we'll call it the equivalent of alcohol poisoning for a plant.
Yes.
It just got too much of it. My bread fell off. It got too much of a good thing too fast, and that was it.
You chemically burned it.
Yeah, I essentially fried the plant. And I did that with 2 plants. First one died quickly. The second one, I realized what was happening. I yanked the stick out, and I flooded it to try to wash out as much as I physically can. That plant, I think, lasted about another month, and then just literally just shit the bed.
It just went done.
Yep, that was it. So, in the last 3 years, I have lost $300 worth of citrus plants. It hurts. The first year I bought them, they were like $15 each. Now they're like $20 to $25, depending on where you find them.
And here they're almost 50
Yeah,
for 1 gallon.
Oh, so you're getting them in the 1 gallons. I get them in that little cylindrical.
Yeah.
It's like maybe 2-3 quarts, or like a 2.5 liter pot.
Yeah. You know, which is a crazy amount of money for a citrus.
Yeah. Let's see. Hold on. Let me get the tripod.
Yeah, and that could be a fig for $10, the same size.
Yeah, I just wish citrus plants were cheaper. It would be if they made them slightly cheaper, they would sell more of them faster.
Yeah.
But if you think about it from a market standpoint, and yes, I can understand the value of said plants. So you have all of these people working on citrus doing the exact same thing that I'm trying to do, which is either grafting onto an existing stock, which I don't know how they graft these things onto plants, or they're doing the exact same thing, which I'm doing, is trying to root ball them off of a rooting machine or rooting system, cutting that off, and then growing that as a root stock.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see the cost on that, only because a lot of that is time consuming, extremely hard manual labor. Well, it's not extremely hard, but it is just
Time consuming.
constant. Yeah, you have to pay attention to what the hell you're doing. Otherwise, it takes one mistake and that plant just dies.
Yeah, and on top of it, you know, it doesn't happen overnight. It's several weeks.
This is over months.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So up north, I did cut that one off. It was a side branch, one of which I did not need that growing in that particular direction. So, like I said, I got the root ball on there. Before I did the video on it, I actually popped the thing open to see if it was doing anything. And I saw a couple of roots sticking out of it. So I closed it back up as best I can without losing any dirt. And then that's when I did the video. I think like either that same day or the next day I did the video of me cutting it off and doing the transplant or planting of said branch. But yeah, the mother plant stayed. It looks absolutely horrible. There's another branch I want to do this off of because it's about 2.5, almost 3 feet long, and it's almost a solid straight line. I just have to run like either some heavy wire, a fiberglass pole, or some bamboo to kind of get it to straighten out. But I'm going to be doing the same thing with that one, which will almost cut off half of the existing plant as it is now, or at least foliage. So it'll just be kind of like a half crescent moon instead of like a full crescent moon, the way that thing's shaped.
And good night, CR.
All right, night, CR. Be well, be safe. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it.
It is 10 o'clock.
You have yourself a good one. It is 10 o'clock. I'm debating on whether or not I want to have a second one or just keep going off for the first one because I was debating. What time you got to work in the morning?
I got to be there at 8. Like I said, I'm starting to wind down.
Gotcha. So we won't go for too much longer. I'd say maybe about another half hour at best. But good topic, even though we've got like a handful of people in here.
Oh, I know.
So we did benefits of having some bugs in the greenhouse. And now again, inside your house, those particular species may or may not be a nuisance. I'm pretty sure you don't want to be sitting there eating breakfast and all of a sudden a praying mantis just lands on your eggs and toast. You might be freaking out.
Yeah,
in the greenhouse, in the garden, absolutely fine. Don't mess with them. Same with the bees. If you ever see a bee out in the garden, if a bee ever lands on you, please, for the love of God,
don't swat it.
Don't smack it. Don't squish it. Don't do anything. Don't flick it. Don't freak out, because the chances of you getting stung when you do that are extremely high.
Yep. They're there to just check you out.
Again, I've had them land on me, and for the most part, my only thought is, don't sting me, don't sting me, don't sting me. But again, for the most part, I've been used as a bus going into the greenhouse on slightly warm days. I've literally had 3 or 4 land on me, and I just walk into the greenhouse. The minute they get into that like 70-degree area, they just fly off, go right for the citrus. And the things the biggest things they are attracted to, the citrus blossoms and the basil, and they will go after the peppers. For some reason, those things are always on my pepper plants. Oh yeah, definitely. Up north is in the central area of Alberta. Wait, up north, aren't you you're close to CR, aren't you? Up Creative Redundancy? Or because you guys are in the same province?
Same province.
Yeah, if you're 9 o'clock there, we're all in the central category. Oh yeah. I will. So here's what I'll do. Next week, I will do a video on that one, or maybe if I get home early enough tomorrow, I might do a small short just to show. But yes, the branch that I chose to use, it did have a Y split on roughly about a 4. It was about 4.5, maybe 5-inch section before it did the split. What I'm thinking about doing is probably going to hurt me just to do it, but I might also consider using another grafting ball or rooting ball to clone that branch. So again, that branch was, I don't know, that whole stem was maybe 1.5 inches longer than the rooting ball itself, because I cut that thing pretty damn close to the main stalk or the main stem. But like I said, the split on that one, the Y split, those things are nearly 3 feet long each, maybe 2.5. So what I'm thinking I might do is I might cut one off and straighten that out 100% with a piece of bamboo, or I've got plastic yard stakes. I can tie that with garden Velcro. I have a roll back here, but I can buy a roll for like $3. It's basically just double-sided Velcro, or I don't know. It's weird what they call it, but I can tie that on there, straighten it out, and hopefully, with that being 100% vertical, it'll start branching off. Because with those ones, what I've noticed with citrus trees is anywhere there's a spike or a thorn, there is potential to grow a branch node. Jason, did you die?
No, I'm still here. I'm listening.
Okay. So now I don't know if this is true for every citrus plant, but the citrus plants that I've had or have been dealing with for the last 3 years, I've noticed anywhere there's a little thorn, that is, it's like a 50-50 chance of that generating a branch or what did I just say recently? Oh, fuck, my brain is
A
sorry,
sprout.
my sprout no branch node. So, however you have that, it can do that. So I'm thinking of doing that as a straight line because, like I said, that thing is fairly long, and I can straighten it out and hopefully root ball the second one and get another clone, which will give me at that point 4 Mexican lime plants. But I want these to grow more like trees. The other one I have looks like a bush. It's about maybe 2 foot tall at best, but it's like 3.5 feet wide. It looks weird. And again, because I did not know what I was doing during the growing process, so it grew funny. Same with my lemon plant. My lemon plant, foot and a half tall, but again, 2.5, almost, yeah, about 2.5 feet wide. Looks like a little bush. No. Up north, do not apologize for gardening questions. Especially on my channel, ask all the gardening questions you want. This guy right here, my co-host, he
Yep.
will help out as well because he's taken classes on this stuff and also worked for many years for the city, so he knows what he's talking about. So
Yeah.
I do not want to hear any apologies
Yeah.
about any sort of gardening question.
Yeah. My specialty is vermin, and turf. This is where my specialties lie.
Ah, okay, so he's got bees on Saskatchewan border.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's over there in the flat area.
Yep. It says, I have a 2-year-old green apple tree I grew from a wonderful candy apple I ate. Can I do the... Yes. So you can actually root ball or propagate or clone a tree the exact same method. There are a variety of methods on how to do it. I've seen some people use Ziploc bags full of dirt, and you
Yep.
just wrap that around the tree, wrap it in plastic, and then kind of like either use what is it? My brain. You can either use tape. Electrical tape is recommended because it stretches, or you can use garden tape, which is like it's like a roll of green, basically like a green plastic bag.
Yeah,
Uh,
you can like a surveyor's tape.
yeah, 1/4 inch wide, kind of stretches when you tie it, but as a tree grows, it will expand without like breaking. But yes, you can do the same thing on any tree. Again, uh, the rooting ball method is a little easier because you can add water every couple of weeks, or depending on your climate, every couple of weeks, might be every couple of days. But yeah, you can always add a little bit of water just to keep it moist so it doesn't dry out once you basically rip off the cambium layer or the exoskeleton of the tree branch. But yes,
If
you
it,
can do the same thing with apple trees. I'm going to be trying that next spring. Do not do it in the wintertime. 100% do not recommend doing that in the wintertime. It will kill off that branch. Do it in the springtime when the tree is waking up. That way you do not risk losing that entire structure.
yeah, make sure it's leafed out good.
I would just wait till it starts budding. Once it buds out, you know that tree branch is awake. That's probably the best time to ring it or rip off the cambium layer, or I guess exoskeleton or bark layer. Uh, Rooting hormone is recommended. I would just sprinkle a little bit on each side of the pot if you're going to do it. Make sure it's nice and moist, and then just clamp it on there and go from there. Like I said, there's numerous methods you can use. You can do the solo cup method, or you can just do like a plastic bag full of dirt, wrap it around there as long as the dirt is touching the branch. You should be good. But again, it really just depends on which version. I mean, there are hundreds of videos out there on to explain how to do this of ease.
There is.
I just went with the rooting ball method because again, I can get. I think I paid like $15 for I don't know, like
Several.
20 something rooting balls. Was that?
For several of them.
Yeah. I mean, I could probably find my order again just to see what the price was, but yeah, recommended on those ones. But again, it really depends on what you're trying to do. I went with a variety because I have numerous plants of various sizes. So I went with a variety pack. You can get some packs that'll have 3-inch, nothing but 3-inch ones. You can get some that have nothing but 6-inch ones. I mean, it really depends on what you need them specifically for.
Yeah, I'm looking for my powder. Yeah, this is the stuff that you want to order.
Yeah,
it's powder.
I've got. Actually, I thought I had that inside. I must have it outside. But yeah, so the take root works great, and just take like the smallest measuring spoon you have. Like that's usually what like a 1/4 inch teaspoon. Scoop it out and just kind of tap a small line across the groove where you're going to have that branch, so your vertices from the holes openings, and then just clamp that on there.
Yeah. Yeah, unlike the liquid, it'll actually stay in your potting mix a lot longer than the liquid.
Yep. It just sits right on the surface of the dirt.
Yeah, you basically you're inoculating it.
You can use aloe vera depending on certain. I believe that would be the depending on the application. Again, please don't quote everything I say to 100% accuracy. This is just some of the stuff I've learned over the years of doing this. Some of y'all have more experience than I do. All of my experience is very condensed because I try to do this all at once, and I do this like I try to experiment as much as possible to see what happens.
Well, that's part of gardening is experimentation.
Yes.
You're learning.
You don't learn until you killed a lot of plants, and unfortunately, I've killed around $400 or $500 worth of plants just trying to learn how to grow them.
Oh yeah, we all have. Like you said, that's what FAIL stands for. First attempt of learning.
Yep. And even professional gardeners say you don't learn until you kill. That's the first step of learning is losing a plant, and you're like, well, I won't be doing that again.
Keep notes.
Here's the funny part.
I know, I don't either.
I don't keep notes, but on that note, my name's right there, so
Yep.
keep my notes, a.k.a. Cliff Notes.
Yep.
Short little blurbs of what not to do the next time. I more or less have a lot of that memorized personally, so I try not to repeat the same mistake more than 2 or 3 times.
Yeah,
Because again, I do not like constantly spending money on plants. At this point, my level of citrus plants, I think I'm square. I am unfortunately sad that I did lose one citrus plant this season. Again, my own negligence. I forgot to water it. And once I realized I had forgotten to water it,
it's too late.
it was too far gone. I actually, to be honest, I almost lost one of my Persian limes in the damn greenhouse because it's still in its original garden pot for transport. And a lot of the leaves were doing this. And I said, I looked at my plant and I was like, what the hell's going on with it? Because the soil looked wet. And I grabbed the planter and that thing weighed almost nothing. I said, what the hell?
Okay. Alrighty. I'm sorry about that up north, but losing a bougainvillea is no sadness to me.
Yeah, that down here, those are invasive. That's an annoying ass plant.
Yeah, they're pretty and everything else, especially if you get the fire stick bougainvillea. Yeah, I've had to deal with those for years and hate them. I don't know how many times I've been stuck by those things. Whereas ripped up my arms, gone through gloves.
Yeah, it's a.
Oh
I had to
yeah,
look it up because I forgot what they look like.
yeah, no, yeah. It's it is a warm season plant.
It's a climber, but yeah, that thing does
No,
have
no,
thorns
it's
on
not
it.
really yeah, it is kind of a climber. It is a kind of a vine. It'll stand on its own. But oh man, oh, they'll rip you apart.
It's essentially the same thing as like a bramble bush or like a blackberry. Because
Yeah.
blackberry bushes, depending on the variety, them sons of bastards have thorns like you would not believe.
Well, no, the bougainvillea they don't have thorns. They have needles.
Yeah, similar to like the citrus plants.
Yeah, but a lot more of them.
Yes.
Now, if you get the fire stick ones, they're those are pretty because it looks like or some people call them like a dragon scale because it'll look like dragon scale because the leaves are so dense on the
That's
plant.
crazy.
Then you get the what a lot of people don't realize and how small a bougainvillea flower really is. It's less than an eighth of an inch.
Damn.
Most of the colored leaves you see around it are leaves. It's not really the flower.
That's crazy. Yeah, we don't have those down here. I think it's too hot for them.
Oh no, they love the heat. You give them water and heat, they're going to go to town.
Yeah. I think we have them in botanical gardens, but other than that, I don't really pay attention to them.
No, we had them all over the park.
Oh yeah, too much water. Too much water.
It's almost a drought tolerant plant.
Should get a couple of generations, or even yeah, get a couple of generations in a moist environment, and yeah, after a while, that thing will be. You'll have a water tolerant plant. Then try dragging that thing back down to a desert area, and that thing will die within the first 6 months.
Well, yeah, BC is a lot warmer than Saskatchewan.
Hey, well, as long as you keep it alive and you enjoy the plant, that's all that really matters.
You got to remember, up in northern Saskatchewan, 60 degrees is a heat wave.
60 degrees in Britain is a heat wave. Oh, sorry, 70 degrees in Britain is a heat wave. After that, they come, it's too hot. I'm like, bro, you come down here where it's like 110, you'd be freaking dying because I can't breathe.
No, back in '85, we were up at Chittick Lake in Saskatchewan, and I decided to go ahead and go jump the lake because it was nice for us. I stuck my finger in the water. Ooh, that's nice warm water. Not 3 inches below that was ice cold. I was in and I was out.
Yeah, surface water is warm, but yeah, under that is frigid.
Yeah, especially somebody that grew up in the South Desert of California, and they go up there. It's nice. It was nice for us. Everybody else was going. It's too hot.
I don't mind the heat too much.
Yeah.
I'd probably die in the humidity, but yeah, I deal with it. It's just what I got to deal with.
I mean, North Saskatchewan is absolutely just gorgeous.
Good Lord, he's all. Winter's been like minus 52. Holy Christ.
Oh, yeah.
Christ on a bicycle.
No, that's normal.
Oh my God, minus 45. Good Lord. Please tell me you've got silkies, because I know silkies have a thick layer of freaking feathers. Holy crap, almost 100 below zero? Jesus Christ almighty.
No, like I said, I got family up there by Chittick Lake.
That's insane. Give me a second, folks. Take a brief moment. I got to go see a man about a bush. And then we'll probably end the live in about 10 more minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, and I also got family there in BC. They're on the island. Also in Vancouver. I also have some other family over there in Ottawa area. Oh, yeah. The island is pretty, especially in July. Everything's in beautiful bloom there, especially when you go to the botanical gardens. Yeah, like I said, I'm not too keen on the east side either. So, yes, Richard Gardens. Yeah, they got a beautiful, beautiful rose garden there too. Um, yeah, I don't know them though. No, my family came over from England and Ireland. The Innes family.
Ooh, and I'm back for a brief moment. Oh, God. Where the hell is my option for a private chat on this bitch? Oh, there it is. Yeah. Hit that private chat real quick there, Jason. Just to throw that out there.
Well,
But, yeah,
everybody's related to everybody if they go back 10
Far enough.
generations. Yes.
remember, it's Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve.
No, it's Lilith and Adam.
Yeah, true. If you really want to go to. Technically, it's Adam and Adam, but we're not going to go into semantics on that one because that's going to be a whole nother bag of catfish, and I don't want to piss off anybody with religious BS. But yeah, essentially, so there's that. But yeah, so I do hope everybody enjoyed tonight's content. We did not have a large turnout, unfortunately. I think we got up to like maybe 11. But you know what it is, what it is. This was kind of a sort of impromptu, well, not really impromptu. We figured we would do this, but again, the conversation and topic was discussed after a live, so there wasn't really any heads up on what was going on tonight. Did as well as we could. Hopefully, we got some information out there that benefits those of you who are into the gardening scene and trying to do stuff. If you've already got the knowledge on it, well, I hope we just drove in the nail. So just as a reminder, aside from that, I will try to do a future video on the progression or progress of said root balled plants.
Mhm.
I believe I did mention it on the last video I did, but I will do an exclusive one just to show you what happened.
Yeah. And don't forget, I will be going live on Christmas Eve, which is Wednesday.
Okay. So, guess I will be there.
Yep.
What the hell is skirets? I don't have Tourette's or skirts, so I have no idea what that is. I also don't have squirrels. Well, I have a squirrel. I gotta plug that bastard. It's annoying me.
Hey, base station works wonders. A little bit of corn.
Yeah, that's true. So hopefully up north we answered a lot of the questions that you might have had. Or hopefully we gave you enough answers to questions you might have. Again, we're always here Wednesdays and Saturdays. We do a lot of garden stuff. Usually half the chat on Wednesdays is garden stuff, and then we talk about PCPs.
Yep.
Aside from that, normally my channel is mainly gardening, outdoors, regardless, depending on the topic at the time. But usually it's gardening and greenhouse. I still don't know what skirrets are, but I will have to take a look at that one. Grace, again, thank you for staying with us.
Yep, thank you.
But yeah, we've got a couple of more minutes, so Any last words from anybody? Any quick questions, comments, concerns, topics you'd like to talk about before we head off? I will do that, Drops.
It's not going to take them to no weird website, right?
No, it's so it looks like it's a root vegetable similar to
Oh,
God, what's the name of that damn? Like fartichokes.
oh, okay. I was thinking something like the carrots would probably look like Skittles. Or
I
vice
didn't know
versa.
what I was looking at, but yeah, it looks like it's just a hardy root vegetable or like a really hardy tuber. And it looks like from the overview or what I'm seeing is you just eat the roots.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the best root crop you never knew. So I almost want to say it's just a cluster version of like sweet potatoes if sweet potatoes grew like fingerlings or like French fries.
Yeah, I'm going to try and do one day. I'm going to try and do jicama. I like jicama.
Boy, you and me both. Especially with either salt. Oh my god, salt or sugar. That shit tastes
Just,
so
just a
damn good.
just a little bit.
It's like a crunchy French fry.
I don't know, and you know what? I like them raw.
I've eaten them raw.
The
I don't
nicest.
ever fry them. We just slice them up and just eat them that way.
Oh, I know they're so sweet.
Oh, artichokes, yeah, or sunchokes, yeah, aka fartichokes. That is another plant that you plant it once, and you have to be careful where you plant it because that sucker will spread like wildfire.
Oh, same thing with was it the okra? If you let it go to seed and it pops open, it can get out of hand.
How do
Pretty
you have seeds for jicama? I thought that was a weird one that was seedless.
no. I haven't figured it out yet.
I
I
would
just,
almost think the only way to grow one of those is to do the same thing you would do for like onions or celery and just cut like the root,
yeah.
like the bottom of it where the like root converges or where it used to be, and then plant that and go from there.
The problem is I can't get it here unless I order it over the internet. Yeah, because I think they are seeds.
Yeah, I don't know. Never thought about growing jicama. I've thought about growing peanuts, but again, I don't know where to grow peanuts over here. 'Cause I don't know what I need for soil environment for them.
Yeah, neither do I.
Now, I don't know if I need sandy soil, dense soil, like loamy soil. Like, I don't know what I need for that. Might have to do a little research just to see if I can grow peanuts.
Yeah.
Might have to do them in a container, but if that's what it's got to be, that's what it's got to be.
Yeah. Yeah, because like I said, when we were in Arizona and Southern California, you can get jicama anywhere. Here, no.
I can find it here and there. Down here in the New Mexico and Denver, I used to find it everywhere. Like every grocery store had it.
Don't have it here.
Drops. Everybody's got peanut seeds. All you got to do is get the unsalted, unroasted bag of peanuts at the store. It's all peanut seeds. Peanut seed is a peanut.
I got freedom seeds.
That's like saying pinon seeds or pine tree seeds.
Yeah.
The exact same damn thing.
Pine nuts.
Killing me over here. All peanuts are peanut seeds.
Yep. All right, it is now 10:30, folks.
Hey, getting there. Got about another minute and a half, well, 2 minutes, but Jason's going to probably wander off here soon. So, all right, we're going to wind her down here, folks. Got about 2.5 minutes, but yeah. Anyways, hope everyone enjoyed the chat tonight. Hopefully it was informative. Again, if you've got any questions, comments, concerns, throw them down in the chat once this has listed. And I will get back to you as soon as I physically can. If not, always wait till next week and we can continue the conversation.
Yeah, like I said, you can also leave questions on mine too as well, and we will answer them as soon as we can and as best we can.
With as little knowledge that we may or may not have, or with as great knowledge. But anyways, love you all. Thanks for staying tonight. Grace, Drops up north, Blake, Cecilia, Jason, Molly, Colin, Who am I missing? Scott was in here earlier.
On
Right?
the road.
I think that was about it. We didn't have a lot of participants tonight, so I do appreciate everybody that stayed with me. I also appreciate everybody that showed up tonight. Much love, y'all. Be well, be safe. This is going to be Fox It Outdoors signing off here shortly. And
Merry
this
Christmas,
guy-
everybody. And don't forget to get out there and slap a rat.
there you go. So be well, be safe, guys. Catch you on the next one. Next one will be his at Wednesday at 7 p.m.
8 p.m. my time.
Yeah, 8 p.m. his time, 7 p.m. Central Time, or Mountain Time, 6 p.m.
Central.
Central Time.
8 Central. 7 Mountain.
There you go. But anyways, yeah, my brain's toast. But anyways, have a good night, folks. Catch
Good
you
night.
on the next one. Bye.
Later.